call you up with your original weight start group. Now you want some smaller groups there. So our first group will be our open competitors, characterised with female will be our second group. Following that we will have females 20 to 39 and males 50 plus. That way will be males 35 to 49. Following that we'll have males 20 to 34 and the final weight off will be our men and our max weight. I will, the rest of you can sort of clear the area there. I will just keep calling the run. Guys will make the numbers. Start there. Follow the now open. Juniors 15 to 19.
Thanks, Budgie. A couple of guys home in the Enticer at the stage. The first two boys are home up here in the Enticer land. These guys did get this win. So we'll wait to see what happens up here, and you've heard the instruction, and we'll see how it pans out today. A big lot of stake here today for people trying to qualify, people looking for state titles. Rat and I think you got praise and all that, and then up to the straight up on the swim first continues.
Yep, an unfortunate trend continuing, and today, as we heard, it'll be a run to transition, and then the bike and the run. No swim for the competitors today, as we see the boys coming in. Officials have made that call, and we'll be calling them in shortly once they're underway in a few moments' time. The athletes will be set off in waves from the beach, run up into transition, complete the bike and run course in their entirety. But as we heard, no swim today, folks, and the break, the shore break, they could be too dangerous for the athletes today with the storm coming in. So big sets coming through, and the show goes on, Simon, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, and no one more disappointed than you and I, and Olivia Smith, I suspect, the swimmers. Complicated protocols we have for these things, with the officials and the race directors and different folks get involved. Third of our Enticer athletes, one of the Rockingham Tri-Club guys finishing it now. And they saw that first wave of the Enticer race where 75% of the field got washed back in, instantaneously, I suppose. So we want people to at least have a chance of finishing today. So it's a really tough one. So it's massive, isn't it? Now? So we got here at 6 o'clock this morning. There's Stevie Ware wandering out to the beach. Steve Ware, 60 to 64s. 50 minutes flat last week. Wow. Now, in 12K, 60-64s, 50 minutes flat. He is a machine, an absolute machine. As a 60-year-old, I just can't even fathom that, mate. That's flying, hey?
Yeah, especially on that sort of mixed terrain. It's not even a flat course. It's a technical, tough off-road course. Just that fitness, that efficiency, like a thoroughbred, isn't he, Stevie Ware? Just keeps on trotting. And great to see just maintaining that level of high fitness and standard over the years. As we see the athletes just about getting underway, final briefings are done. I think you can see our open competitors now adjacent to the SunSmart tent. You can see Frankie Stapleton has got the start horn, and they'll be underway very shortly in the run up to transition.
Right, so the first of the juniors getting themselves underway in the soft sand. Race, game on, folks. Race away. See these guys will come up into transition area. 40k bike ride, 10k run today, so someone's all trying to keep up as they come through. So this is our open field, folks. So you can see Johnny Sammett's there, Mike Laurie's there, Ali Care's there, so the heart rate pretty high. Liam McCoach is there, Reese Harris is there, your man Thompson.
Ali Care will be happy, the Australian triathlon champ. As you see Pete Andrews, Ryan Ball and Simon Billiou all coming through. Mike Laurie, you'd imagine neither way for him really. Once the bike settles in, there's a lot of work to do. Liv Smith, Anthea Stacey,
Rosie Farrell right there, Reggie Wales. Kirby Diaz is sitting on the back. So Kirby's a gun runner in that field, right? So she's sitting on the back. So he's not going to get the heart rate too high as she heads out. So Foxcroft coming through as well now. So Rosie Farrell near the front of the tall Rosie's compared to those other guys. You like Rosie, don't you, mate? It's the track star.
Yeah, 400 metre hurdler. She's going to go well in this format on the bike. She's very strong. I think being level pegging with the girls, she'll probably do the lion's share of the work there on the bike. I think she may well be the strongest cyclist amongst those girls. So it'll be interesting to see how that unfolds. Of course, we'll see 3 laps on the bike today. We'll see the athletes come past us on multiple occasions. And 3 laps there for the bike leg, so interesting to see how the race unfolds. Of course, Alistair Caird winning the state 40k time trial for the bike just the other week. I think Johnny Sammett will be even level peggings with Ali on the bike, but I'd hazard a guess not quite as strong on the run. So the big question comes as to whether or not Mike Laurie can keep within range of these guys on the bike. To use that dominating run of his. So very interesting to see how it unfolds. A very interesting format on the racing front still to take place today. Obviously the big change in format was changing the context for us, and we'll understand it more as we see the race unfold.
Works best for Ali Care. This no doubt works best in his favour for him not to be that 2 minutes back from the boys, and Mike Laurie as well. This is now set up for Mike Laurie to an extent as well. So. You completely changed it, but we knew that was going to be the case. Good to see Pete Andrews racing. I know Pete was pretty devastated about Henry Swim, the local bloke, but good to see him in the field. So we'll shortly see this come past. 3-lap bike today, Raph, and it's a 1-lap run, but a T-shaped run today. And so we'll get to see all the action here on the side of the zone. The locals racing, a lot of, as I say, the regional guys, so age group girls getting underway. Got a few interstate and regional guys in the field today, mate, so nothing. I think the rule is you've got to wear your wetsuit. A lot of everyone's putting their wetsuit down. So you saw, the only guy I could see the wetsuit in that front way was the Simon below. Going past us now, have a look at the speed already of Johnny Sammett. He's got kilowatts happening as well. Mike Laurie trying to stay with him, but Johnny Sammett's away. Ali Care, there's the big 3. Ali Care will just get himself locked in. How fast? Look at the turnover of Ali Care there. He's got his light going on the back of his bike. His tail light's going. Age group girls coming through now.
Ali Thompson, Carrie Anderson, some real stars of the triathlon. Liam McCoach, bit of work to do. The young gun, Pete Andrews, looking strong with his disc wheel. Firing away at the head of the field. Sue Scott, Trish Vickery, as well as our top age group females there.
Right, here as well, can't skip that from coming through. So, it's a funny feeling to see the girls come through. The different looks on their faces there. Well, we started, we're away. It's just get stuck in. Sheer relief is the phrase you just heard there from our age group friends. So. The over 50s blokes about to make their start. So amazing to see those big 3 guys go through, wasn't it? To see Johnny Sammett obviously dripped into it early. Ali Caird has got a little red light flashing under his seat. I'm not sure if he thinks it's going to get darker out there. I'm not sure what he's doing there, Ali.
He did look like he had the most power. I'm giving him 10 to 15 watts over Johnny Sammett there, and all it takes on a course like this is just one of those little rises. You get another couple of metres and the gap opens, there's no coming back. I think Caird looks strong today. I think he'll be licking his lips at the prospect. He gave a bit away last week for Johnny Salmon. 4 minutes he gave away in the swim. As we see Dixie Joy come to the finish. Good on you, Dix.
That's number 6, balls off spin, top of the off stump, Dixie Joy.
That's 80% of them through to the keeper.
Great bloke finishing now, well done, Dix. Hey, so the thing, mate, on a course like this, you know, harking back, and you remember this, and recently the good bike riders go well on these courses too. It's not just the power, but it's also the gear selection. They're able to stay in a slightly higher gear than the other guys, get over the top of it and get up to speed so much more quickly on these little rolling courses. So the technicality of it all comes in as well, and that's where good guys like Ali Care who can ride, and Johnny Salmon who can ride. Might worry one of the smarter races you get to, so going on at the front of the field. We've seen a layman coming through in the age group girls.
Anna Massey, the other athlete, will be very happy with this. As I mentioned, a super bike run combination, and hasn't done a lot of swimming before this season, so interesting to see how she goes with this adjusted format.
I think this is might be the over 50s boys now, is that right, Mark? I reckon that might be the over 50s guys on the start line now, so we'll see the bike riders. About 300 the Olympic distance today, out on course. The Tyson guys finishing thick and fast now. Not far away from seeing the old fellas kicking off down there. The quality of there, Steve, where we mentioned Dave, Daryl Harris, we've mentioned Matty McKay from Manville, we've mentioned these guys all leading their respective categories. Actually, Steve Ware's not leading his category, he's back a bit. So, there's missed a race or two in the Triathlon series. I'm not sure Steve did Champion Lakes, those ways still riding through Rad. And we all thought you'd be able to get into the shore rate, but that massive set at the start of the Tyson race just felt it for everyone. So the big one isn't the big one that comes through, the 6 footer that comes through that knocks us around.
Yeah, we had a couple late today. It was actually quite flat when we started, but then...
Alright, so away they go. Can we start from from the captains of Industry Wave? Guys finishing there, mate. So next wave away down on the beach. Now some of these guys are from interstate, so we have a few faces we don't recognise. The wetsuits around the waist, coming into transition 1 T1.
Congratulations, Phil Monks. He's finally let go of his girlfriend's hand and he's out training and racing now. As we see these stars coming up.
I'd like a soft beach sprint, soft sand beach sprint, up a little hill, and then run a bit of a run on the concrete. Nothing like it. A couple of our interstate guys coming through now. Good luck, gents.
Stay on the right-hand side. Stay right.
Barry Silverlock in there in the yellow, Daryl Harris. Go Daz.
Stay right, guys.
Richie Burnell coming through as well. Good on you, Rich. Al Hartley. Graham Crocker. Yeah, Al Hartley going to Kona again. Yeah, Al. Bonnie Richards, Bobby Scott. Go gents. Well done to all our Enticer competitors still coming through from their challenge. Some of them heading out onto the run now. Scotty coming through, on you, Scotty.
Yeah, good man, David Scott. He said, and it's no joke, he said to me, well, I'm alive. So today, at least I'm alive, and that's pretty much sums it up, I reckon, from that. Scotty, you see the the gun age group is going through on the bike. And mate, I reckon, I'm pretty sure it's Helen Morgan. I think Helen Morgan's leading that charge. She was incredible last week at Carry Valley. She had the fastest age group bike and fastest age group run. So this is tailor-made for her today. Like for her to figure very prominently on a podium today, mate.
Most certainly. Now, probably our most frustrated athlete out there will be up next, Louis Bray. He was super excited being a surf swimmer from way back, and chocolates to royal lollies for Louis. It's all bike and run now for the great man, but he'll be coming through in the next wave as well, racing in the age group category today, our Louis Bray. And our leaders, 3 laps, so they shouldn't be more than about 9 minutes away now, I figure, our lead bike rider. So we'll get plenty of action, folks, coming through. 3 laps on the bike today, giving us plenty of viewing of the athletes as they head out on this course.
Little downhill passes here, mate. So it's going to be around that 50-55k mark as they come past us here. So Johnny Samet was leading. We had Ali Caird was in third, but pumping it out. Mike Laurie's smart. I was going to say that before. Mike Laurie's one of the smartest guys out there, I reckon. 27-year-old. So he'll use his gears. He'll use the momentum. He'll keep an eye on these guys. So he knows he's got the weapon. The run lead weapon, like you said, a 31 or 32k, 10k run lead in him today. I guess the thing is, round 2, when you think about that course out there, it's the strong swimmers can get through the wave, right, going out, the weaker swimmers can't. So half the field gets washed back up on the sand. I know there's some concern about spinals coming in, getting dumped, but really, it was about the start as well. If we could have got away with the deep water start, maybe that would have been okay, but you've got to even get out to the start, don't you, I suppose. So far away from seeing our race leaders, there's another one of the waves gets underway down there. The age group wave coming through today. To all the interstate blokes, welcome. Nice to have you here. Sorry about the swim. Good luck out there on court. So going to entice the guys going through in the later waves. These guys started after the other guys, and you may recall that the enticer wave starts were a bit of disasters. If you look out to the beach now, there's not one single wave in sight anywhere. It's one of those things, right? Well done, boys. Big group coming through now. Good luck. The super coach, Aaron Robertson, missing the swim, sprinting down the outside. Matty McKay pushing hard, leading his age group. James Clark pushing hard, running past us here, running past the back of the back bar and beach kitchen. Good luck, boys. Have a good day. Make sure if you're one of the enticer guys who finish the event, go and see the guys at the Right Advice tent, the specialised tent, sign up. You can be in the running to win that $3,000 specialised bike at the end of our SunSmart series. Get along there. There's some good deals today as well. I think some from shops Thanks to all of our sponsors who are here today. Final wave about to get underway down there on the beach. In fact, there's two to go, 2 waves to go. Alright, so just got a few more waves to bring through the age group boys. Tyson guys finishing pretty quickly, so this is Zaddy Zabila going through now. Zaddy and Joshy Adams right there as well. Zabila ran a 45 last week, fastest age group run down in the valley. Get to have the orange socks on pretty soon. Dad Pete, of course, from went to school with Pete Zabila. And those guys are super quick, so 2 waves joining up here together. Joshy Adams near the front of the wave there, Rap, so our motocross man right where he wants to be. Not far away from seeing our race leaders. That's all he's going to like, these sort of things. He thought Ali Care was generating all the kilowatts in third. Johnny Sam looked pretty smooth. Louis Bray comes through. No swim for Louis today. No swim, no deal. It says Louis before the start today, mate, your legs look pretty skinny. He said, mate, I'm all skinny. I've never been skinny before, Louis. It's a big swimmer.
He'll do some damage on the bike still, Louis. He's a powerful young man. And as we turn our attention to the beach road, we'll see very shortly our leaders. Interesting to see how the race is unfolding. We get a good idea of the threshold power of these boys after the first lap, and the gaps will tend to grow exponentially. If there's an early gap, it tends to expand quickly on the subsequent laps. It's a fast bike course, sharp conditions here. We wait to see whether it'll be Johnny Summit or Ali Care and what sort of damage they're doing to the opposition. Flat fast surface. Expecting the fastest bike speed to be around 56 minutes today for our leaders. Of course, Ali Care just the other week winning the Australian or the West Australian Time Trial Championship over the 40k distance. A very strong cyclist. So trying to get first eyes on the action here, Simon, trying to get the advantage. And still no sight of our leaders, but they can't be far away now. We estimated they'd be through in the next minute or two. As we see our age group athletes settling into their rhythm. Brilliant location here on the back beach. You can see the athletes settling into their 3-lap, 40-kilometre bike. The single lap run, as Simon mentioned earlier, the T-shaped run leg today. Over 500 competitors across our entire Tadpoles and State Classic Distance Championship event. Over 40 athletes visiting from around Australia, chasing qualifying points for the 2018 ITU World Triathlon Championships to be held on the Gold Coast later this year. And a number of athletes in the age group ranks aiming to seek representation for their country at that championship this year. And first sight of our leader, and it looks like Johnny Samet still out in front. So Johnny Samet will be coming past now.
On the downhill, Raph, on the downhill. He's going to be flying. There he is. Got company though, right?
Simon Billiou, I should say. Mike Laurie, Simon Billiou, and Pete Andrews. So I don't know what's happened there, but certainly they're our leaders. So whether or not Ellie Caird and Johnny Samet have had some incident out on course, our leader at this stage, Simon Billiou and Mike Laurie, and chasing them, Pete Andrews.
That's amazing. So yeah, something's definitely happened out on course for our two big hitters, the two big bike riders of the field. So I don't know not quite sure how the drafts and penalties work here today. Maybe they need to, whether they get pulled up out there or if they come off or something. But here we go.
Young Nicky Thompson and Reese Harris. Got you, Reese. Get on that train as the two young guns. Ryan Bohr next. Had the trip down this morning.
This wheel. Here we go. Here we go.
Johnny and Ellie, here they go. We'll have to get the story afterwards, I think, there, mate. And they're back into the rhythm, the two big guns of this course. And a bit further back, it looks as though Liam, a coach,
he's been part of that too, I reckon, whatever's happened. So, hey, the disc absolutely flying, mate. The sound of the disc as they come down the hill. You hear the couple of gear changes. Johnny Samet's gone down 3 gears down that little hill, chook, 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 and away he goes. So they'll try and wind back in. Ali Caird's still got the red light flashing on the back of his bike, but they're probably running down here in the dark. That's what's happening. It's not far away, but there's definitely something happening out there, right?
Yeah, something's happened, and it'll be interesting to get the story afterwards as to what that is. Another twist, another turn as we see Livy Smith going to town on the bike leg. Liv Smith and Rosie Farrell behind her. Liv looking very strong as she comes back into town. We can see Rosie Farrell is next. A little further back, Anthea Stacey well positioned, as is Kirby Diaz. Alicia Wesley next. And a little further back to Rachie Wales, Simon Billiou and Mike Laurie. Pete Andrews powering along, the local Bunbury boy. Get behind him, ladies and gents, the local boy.
Looks good, eh?
Yeah, powerful
very
boy.
Smooth, very smooth. Look at him go up that hill, mate. Mike Laurie sort of just flirting with disaster on the back of that wheel there, just in and out of that draft zone, I would suspect. But riding really high cadence, Mike Laurie, and the big bike riders are riding the big gears. Peter Andrews in 2 years bigger than Mike Laurie going up that hill there. So we'll see the street boys come through. They'll be working hard, but Mike Laurie beautifully placed at the moment.
He's fighting for it, isn't he? And he just doesn't have the same horsepower as the big guns. Reese Harris and Nick Thompson coming through, these young stars. The young boys often with the road bike. Johnny Samet now going to town. There he is.
awesome. Ali, yeah, look at Ali Gear go. Have a look at those orange shoes with that flashing light. Look at the power of that hill, mate. They've got a tailwind here, right? So they just wouldn't change down to go up that hill. Massive amount of kilowatts coming out of the back of those wheels there.
And poor old Liam, my coach, he's got the road bike. I used to race these courses with the guys with the time trial bikes and the fancy gear. And to convince myself that it was all right, I used to say that it was all about the man on the bike, not the bike. But poor old Liam's got a knife in a gunfight today. He's got the road bike with the clip-ons, and the boys have got the aerodynamic setups with the disc wheels. And Liam, my coaches, are going to have a long day to himself out there on the bike course, but character building, and it's certainly not the race for him in terms of his long-term objectives in the draft legal format. So a bit of character development for Liam, my coach today, Simon, I would imagine.
Yeah, hey, thanks for the bacon and egg sandwich too, Raph. It's very nice of you. Thanks to the Bunbury Surf Club. Mate, I think it was Scott Tinley who said in about 1986, you know, you get on one of those aero bikes with those, you know, on one of those with the aerodynamic and all the good gears. We see Libby Smith coming through now. Looks good, mate. You bring it through.
Here she is, Libby Smith. She knows that with the swim out of it, she's got to do her damage on the bike, and she's doing her level best to make every post a winner. And Liv Smith from Rosie Farrell, the two powerful girls from the Exceed Tri Club. Kirby Diaz has come around, Anthea Stacey, who for the first time now showing some strain on the downwind upspeed section. Rachie Wales and Alicia Wesley tightly packed at the tail of this tightly condensed women's elite field. So there we go, our elite females all through. Carrie Anderson.
Just saw Kath Ryan go through, mate. She was booting on the bike, really flying.
Missed her while she's ahead of Carrie then. Those two stars of World Age Group Triathlon, along with Janet Ferguson, Carrie Anderson and Catherine Ryan, a triumvirate of global stars in age group female triathlon and duathlon. And Janet, as we mentioned, over in the US at the moment, not here today, but Carrie and Catherine doing what they do best out there on the course.
Back on the Scott Tinley story, mate, he said that when you get a bike with aero bars on, it's like you're already on the 30-yard line in a game of football. If you're sponsored, someone gives you the bike, you're in the end zone already. So Scott Tinley, winner of Hawaii in 1985, and yes, it's all about the aero bikes today. It's all about the disc wheel today. Johnny Stout and Ali Care doing all the damage, doing all the fast riding, but it's a technical course, you've got to turn. Something's definitely happened out there, but certainly loving this today. Reece Harris being at the front of the field, the 17-year-old, the local bloke, you'll be loving it today.
There's Ali Thompson, some great age group stars on display. Christina Ladyman coming through, Anna Massey was there as well. There's June Ward.
Just that little bump in front of us here, isn't there, mate? Just hope everyone's okay. They are going into a very slight headwind here. But a little bump in front of where you are opposite the finish line. Hitting them pretty hard on those aero bars. So Mike Laurie very well placed at this stage. The leader on the road is Simone Below, the Frenchman, second last week in at Carrie Valley. He was looking forward to the run along the coastline, wasn't he, today? And he's talking about the waves and all that stuff, but he's just got to run out on the concrete, mate, out on the asphalt.
Yep. And Scott Tinley, who could forget the back cover of the Triathlete magazine, irreverent storytelling of the great Scott Tinley. Who could forget that gear he sold to Reebok, never to be seen again. The Tinley triathlon gear, the first triathlon fashion almost, wasn't it, in the days gone by?
Well, let's hear from ST. That stuff was pretty cool. 1985. Chris Kiley comes through now. Well done, Chris. Translucent white top, so we'll go here in Bunbury. I met Scott Tinley in 1987 in Hawaii, and he said, 1990, and he said, I said, I'm from Perth. And he said, oh yes, the Hugel and Hoyle World Triathlon Championships. He remembered the Hugel and Hoyle. Remember that bit?
1987, yes, the first ever World Triathlon Championships. It was Rick Wells, was it? Where'd he come out and he got the medal?
Yeah, Rick Wells, two Kiwi winners that day, Aaron Baker and Rick Wells, and they dominated. Greg Mickle, World Age Group Champion that day, 87, part of the America's Cup Festival of Sport. The mate is the call. good enticer race. Now some of these guys got to actually swim today, Rat. The story today will be about the guys who actually got to go to the swim and go to the heroes today.
Yeah, certainly. And these athletes coming back now for the first of 3 laps on the bike. A little bit of contention with the turnaround. I think some of the officials called out perhaps with the lack of a swim at the early arrival.
A pot of dolphins just coming through, mate, down on the beach. So if you love wildlife and you love dolphins, there's a big pot of them coming through now. Mate, ironically, swell's dropped right off, right, since the runway starts. Little set coming through now, but nice to see the dolphins through. So here we are at the Bunbury back beach. We are watching our age groupers come through now. There are about 300 people in the Olympic distance race today. And a big day for the bike riders. There's a few road bikes out there today with the disc wheels, the aerodynamic helmets. Simone Below is leading the men's race today. Olivia Smith leading the women's race. It's a 3-lap course. There has been some problems with setting the turnaround today, so a fair bit going on with the front boys. A lot of dolphins down here yesterday while we were setting up, and they just come through again, the dolphins, so good to see. It's about the only thing that has been good out there today in the water. Daryl Harris comes through from Mandurah, very popular. Looks fantastic on the bike, Daryl Harris. The age groupers to continue to come through. We, with a different view to today's race, as we see a lot of the guys from interstate, so we can see the different types of sounds. But disappointing day. It's a very slight tailwind going south, I reckon, today. I think there's a comeback, so we lead the possibly the first 3 of our riders today. This is the turnaround. We've got Mike first back now and making up some ground. So Serves back. Big waves back, Raph Board's with us today. He loves triathlon, loves the personality. He's coached a lot of these guys, knows a lot of these male and female athletes, and not far away from seeing our race leaders again. If you haven't seen a triathlon before, if you haven't been here to Bunbury, it's a 3-lap bike course. It's a 1-lap run course, but at different ends of the beach, if that makes sense. So we'll see a fair bit of action on the run today. The standout performer in the men's race today is a guy called Mike Laurie. He's the state 5,000 metre champ, 14-14 5,000 metre for his title. The standout in the girls, we've got a number of girls doing their first Olympic distance without a swim leg today. So Alicia Wesley, Kirby Diaz, and Olivia Smith, our race leader, haven't done a 1.5 40-10 before. I guess they don't get to do the 1.5 part of that today either. So all these guys you see ripping through here are the fast age group bike riders, the motoring that come through. We'll see our leaders soon. Just Raph and I are standing in the finish line, so whatever we see, we tend to call. As we see Ronnie Richards go through with the white beard, the Tricer athletes finishing now. Chris Kiley finishing now alongside Lee Sice. Well done, Chris. Good on you, mate. A big supporter of athletics and triathlon here in Bunbury. Chris, great job, mate, as we see Scotty come through. Nigel Travers, the physio to the stars, there he is. Star Physio, the official triathlon sponsors of Tri-WA. And Merv, his elder brother, a doctor of physiotherapy, specialising in the strength and conditioning and bike fitting, the guys at Star Physio. I know they're a sponsor of Ali Care, as we see Louis Bray charging on through. Won't be long until we see Johnny and Ali back. Our two powerhouses on the bike, maybe doing a little bit of extra mileage out there on the first lap. I think they'll get it right on the second and start showcasing their wares. And I think Mike Laurie's going to get lost in the crossfire on this lap, Simon. He looked like he was getting overpowered there. He was trying to find any which way he could to stay in the contest. You'll need all the smarts that you talked about to stay in this contest, because I think he's going to be put under all sorts of pressure on these last 2 laps. Yeah, no doubt about that, mate. He was working frantically, wasn't he, on those handlebars to stay with those guys. So there couldn't have been much in it, right? Thank you, Bobby Welsh. Bobby Welsh, Order of Australia medalist and member of the Australian Surf Lifesaving Hall of Fame, Bobby. And just give me a bottle of water. It's a little beneath his station, I reckon, but thanks, Bobby. The interesting that Mike Laurie didn't go the wrong way, but the other 2 boys did, so Mike Laurie would have been there or thereabouts, so it's obviously just affected the first 2.
Jared Turner, the doctor, he's a doctor in training, a young star, another one coached by Derek Cross, living down here in Bunbury for a year, doing his internship, and looking fantastic, big JT. Out there on the bike leg on his home course now. The Bunbury Surf Lifesaving Club, and we can attest to it. We had a good crack at it, didn't we, Simon? The bacon and egg sandwiches with the mustard and the barbecue sauce for good measure.
So good.
Available from the Surf Club. Also, the hot dogs, all proceeds to the Bunbury Surf Club. We talked earlier today, 100-year anniversary, and Simon, you were here for the celebrations last year. A huge part of the Bunbury community. So many kids here at Nippers on the weekend. I spoke with Claire Holmes, Alan Holmes' wife, and she said the kids just love it. The Surf Lifesaving Club, a big part of the Bunbury community, so get behind it and support it, of course.
Yeah, go down and grab a bacon egg burger, and no one more stroppy about the cancer swim than Peter Holmes. There we go.
Yeah, Simon Billiou, and he's got rid of Mike Laurie now. And he's riding well, Simon. He's got some horsepower of his own. We haven't mentioned him, Simon, in too much detail. But he is riding like a freight train, the Frenchman. And let's not forget his pedigree. 3rd in Ironman France, Ironman Nice at his best. He's had a few aches and pains. Mike Laurie now.
High cadence, right? You can see the high cadence there. This is the into the wind segment. where are the big hitters? So Mike Laurie's still well placed in second there. He's got that weapon, that finishing run leg. He's still well placed, well and truly, with a third of the bike to go. Where are the big boys?
Here he is, Ali Kerr, Johnny Samet, the powerhouses. Well, you've got to give it to Simon Billio out in front there. He was doing all the work on the first lap ahead of Mike Laurie. And he's opened up the gap a little. He's pushing some good solid power. He's only given away 30 seconds on that 13k lap to Johnny Samet and Ali Kerr. So he's riding beautifully and he's done very well. Peter Andrews looking strong, a local powerhouse. Look at him go.
Yeah, he looks fantastic. This is my favourite bit of the race so far, because we see the boys, they'll make their turn, and this, with this tailwind going up this little rise here, they don't change down to stay in the big gear, get momentum over the top of the hill. So the top 4 or 5 guys are through. Yeah, Simon Blow can run too, he's a very great endurance runner. He'll like this too, like being out in front. He liked the little chat beforehand. None of us could understand what he was saying, the Frenchman, only you could, because you lived there.
Oh mate, look, he's just a lovely bloke. He's got the classic French. He knows he's got the French accent. So basically, whether or not you and I like it, he managed to convince Yana of it. And Yana, the lovely physio who I went to uni with, and Simon now, two beautiful children. And just watching this race unfold now, I think he's in a very, very strong position to get a medal, and he goes out for the last lap now looking very strong, great position, great power. I think he's in a good position to get second. I think Mike Laurie's still the favourite, so I don't think the damage is going to be enough on the bike for the other guys now to really get enough advantage to hold him off on the run. I think Simon looks very well positioned to get second or third, whether Ali can run past him. We saw last week at Carry Valley, it looked as though Simon is running better at the moment than Ali. So Mike Laurie coming through now, our favourite. He's kicking on in the Canadian suit. The gap about 40 seconds to Simon Villieu, but most importantly, he's well positioned with insurance coming through now from Ali Kerr and Johnny Samet.
Here we go. This is the final time we see him. Have a look at this, folks. This is power riding at his best. There, Johnny Samet there. Have a look at him go. Look at the power in those legs. The red light, the orange shoes. That's amazing. That's my favourite bit of the day today. I like the bike riders. Nice smooth surface out there. Boys are motoring. A little bit of anger too. I reckon you can see the boys are a little bit stroppy.
Yep. It's one of those days for some of these guys. And Johnny Samet, he's got such a good temperament. He's brought up well. He'll deal with whatever happens. He's got a good temperament in Johnny. And we can see Reese Harris and also Liam McCoach coming through nicely. Pete Andrews heading out, well positioned in 5th place, the boy from Bunbury, the local lad. And he's transitioned great, his dad also involved today. But Pete, a 33-minute 10k runner, a stalwart of the local triathlon community now after many years in the running community.
He's not out of this, is he? Not out of this for a podium for Andrews today.
No, he's a very strong runner. That's a good point, mate. He's a very, very strong runner. In fact, yes, a good point indeed. If he can hold that sort of position coming onto the run, maybe a chance to make a name for himself today in the open ranks. Very, very good, strong runner. And he's run on this course more times than anybody else here. He's won the Bunbury Surf to Surf at his best, which is run along these roads. And he'll be looking forward to the run leg, hopefully with a good chance at getting near that podium.
So Raph Abort and Simon Beaumont, we are your commentators today here at NC. We're calling the action from just near the finish chute. And this is your man Nick Thompson going through pretty strongly. The young boys have just dropped off a little bit, haven't they? So we see one of our interstate guys, Reese Harris, about to come through as well. But
there's Ryan Ball, my brother. He had a big drive down this morning. Well done, Rhino.
Who's the most handsome of all the ball boys, do you reckon?
He claims the title. He claims the title.
Yeah.
We're going to have a little bit. I've been trying to get fit. We're going down south for Easter next week. We're going to have the family 5k running championship. I've lost 5 kilos so far this year.
So that's why that translucent white top looks so good on you today. You've got the new rig on. Good to see Ryan racing over today, seriously. He has a crack, doesn't he, your brother? Has a big old crack at these things, so well done to him. Good field today. He'll be happy with no swim, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I think he enjoys any format, and he just loves the challenge now with 3 kids. As we see Livy Smith and Rosie Farrell, and we'll try to get a gap for you folks. There are 2 leaders, those 2 girls ride together with Ross Pedlow and the Exceed girls. And at this stage, it's only 25 seconds to Kirby Diaz, so not big damage. The girls, Liv and Rosie, we're hoping to get a bit more gap than that on the last lap of the bike. Try to give themselves a chance of holding off the fast, fleet-footed Kirby Diaz and Anthea Stacey, a great runner as well. So a bit of work to do for the Exceed girls on this last lap to sort of prize open a bigger gap. It might be a decisive one.
Rosie will be delighted. Rosie, like Ryan Ball, has stepped up to Open today. She's been racing Open for a while. We see Alicia Wesley coming through and Rachel Wales there as too, some of two of the teenagers. Kirby Diaz is 20, I think, mate. This is you can remember. She's 20 years of age. She's well played. She's the runner. Rosie Carroll looking at the podium today. She's awesome. Can't wait to see Lucas Smith and Kirby Diaz hammering out on this run lead today.
Yeah, exciting. Hot still to thick, and it'll be interesting to see on this last lap when the fatigue sets in. The biggest gaps will come on this last lap of the bike, and hopefully the intrigue and the complexity to grow as we head into the deep stage of this 2018 Western Australian Classic Distance Triathlon Championships here at the SunSmart Triathlon Series. We thank our series sponsors, Lexus of Perth, Shot Sports Nutrition. Have a chat with the team from Shots, get your free sample today. Rided by Cyclery, Specialised Bikes, there's plenty of them out there today. Perth Integrated Health, Ian Wee and his team, Tonelli, Bike Shore, and of course Triathlon Australia, our event organisers, Tri Events WA, Dave Budge and the team doing a great job. Of course, one more race to go in the series. We've got the 1:30 and 8 at Hillary's in a few weeks' time. City of Joondalup, race number 2 of the season. And the 1:30 and 8 distance used to be one at Freo in the old days. Simon, Meelup, which I think is still the most scenic triathlon held anywhere in the world, the Meelup Triathlon, which we had for a few years. Catherine Harris Ryan, absolutely flying out there. She's a gun. That'll be a fast flying time. Run time for the Open girls today. And she is a young Catherine, as we said. A little bit injured coming into last season, but having another ripper today. Strong breeze out there, mate. If you look at the flags, the bike shore flags in the transition, there's a strong breeze different parts of the course. When they turn left to go head up onto that wind, there'll be a little bit of headwind. Bike riders day today. No swim, of course, but bike riders day. And the short course guys continue to entice the guys on through. Just want to tell you one final story today, mate. This is not for everyone. If you've got kids, just what there is. 1979, top car park over by the lighthouse there. Sitting in the car, listening to Dire Straits, making movies. The album's just come out. Got arrested for having a stubby in the car. And 2 hours in the Bunbury lockup, me and the boys, me and the two mates, and not proud of that, and a $15 fine for stuff in the car, so I haven't done that since. Dire Straits making movies. Mark Knopfler.
Romeo and Juliet.
Mark Knopfler, the greatest guitar player in history.
So I think that's been expunged from the records, that particular one, but that probably won't surprise any of you who spent any time with me. 79, Dire Straits. These are the age group gun for women coming through now. Beth and Ryan leading the charge out of all the age group girls. New leader on the road in the women's race today. We have Rosie Farrell out in front. She wouldn't have thought that was going to happen today, would she?
No, she'll be very happy with the prospects. She's a true competitor. Loves getting out there and putting it on the line. And her teammate, as we mentioned, Liv Smith, trained with the Exceed Club and Ross Pedlow that every week out there on Jump and Parade, banging out reps together, so very familiar with each other. And in the men's race, perhaps a highlight so far, the local Bunbury boy, Pete Andrews, in the mix. And Mike Laurie fighting tooth and nail to stay in contact with Simone Billiou. And behind them, the stars Johnny Samet and Alistair Caird. Perhaps those shooting their first lap on the bike, trying to make it up now. On the second lap, they got close to the action. I'd say the third lap, they'll be the action when we come back into transition. But an exciting race set to unfold here. as our age group athletes come back to complete their first lap of 3 here on the bike leg. On the run, the athletes will first head out towards the lighthouse and come back towards us, allowing us to stay up to date with the flow of this race. June Ward, former world champion at the Hawaiian Ironman for her age group. Loretta Wesley, herself a star of the Australian Triathlon Commonwealth Games representative. Of course, just next month, the Commonwealth Games back on the Gold Coast, Simon Beaumont, as we see the beast, Bart Holloman's going to town on this bike leg.
Thank you, Mark. Mark Batten, life member of Triathlon WA, says that Daryl Harris is leading the 50s. Gary Harman leading the 50s. Is that right? 50, 55? 50s? 50 or 54s. Daryl Harris leading the 55s. Steve Ware leading the 60-64s. Steve Ware, a flat 50 minutes, 12K last week down in the valley. Unbelievable weapon he has in that run. One of the best in the business. Actually, the Enticer presentation is not far away. The Enticer presentation is not far away. The duathlon presentations will be part of the Olympic distance race today. We'll get the Enticer presentation underway in just a few minutes. So head over to the stage area. There's a little stage just near the finish chute. We'll get that underway very short. Just 9:10 here at Bunbury. Fair bit happening today, as you would appreciate. So swim legs. Curtis here at WA at the moment. Barry Silverlock goes through in the lime green in the North Coast Tri Club. Old style triathlon course for these guys. About 300 in the Olympic distance today. Enticer presentation not far away. If you think you'll win something in the Enticer race, if you're on the podium, please come back and join us down here, because we're going to get that underway as we bring in the elite racers from our course in the Olympic distance. Brett Wesley just going past on the far side of the road. It's Alicia's mum. A couple of weeks ago in the women's only triathlon, Alicia Wesley won the women's only triathlon and Loretta Wesley was third. It was a big day. It was something like 25 years to the day that Loretta won the race. So it's a pretty big day for the Wesley girls. Loretta racing in the 50 to 54s these days. Alicia's still a teenager, 18, out there doing her first distance today. Lewis Louis Bray going past from the Bunbury Tri Club. Part of the Bray family, the supplement squad, for our duathletes still finishing here. Thanks folks. Windy down here. Right away from seeing our race leaders, you may recall our leader on the road was Simon Below, the Frenchman. He's in a very good form at the moment. As Raph said a few times, third in Ironman Nice in France. He's the endurance performer. Mike Laurie in the women's race. Great. Proper goes through the all black, salt and pepper. Here he goes. Rosie Farrell today. Folks, if you have been near Tyson today, not far away from our presentations, we've been some spot prizes as well. Nice little crowd down here, Raph. People come down to see the big one today. Big day in Busso, Bunbury Cup. Sorry, Bunbury Cup, big triathlon.
Yeah, it's a classic location for the coming months. We've got, obviously, like you said, the Bunbury Cup today, the Australian BMX Championships, the State Classic Triathlon. We've got Australia's second richest sprint race coming up, the Bunbury Geograph Gift next month. Joe O'Day, the team at the City of Bunbury, bringing some big events back to Vegas and putting on a bit of a show here in town as we see Louis Bray heading out on the bike league. So yeah, plenty of action, plenty of events here in the southwest, and Bunbury becoming a focal point for those events. I did a run last night around Home Park, and beautiful facilities and beautiful amenities for the local athletes and local community groups to train and take part in sporting events at. It's a big part of the community here in Bunbury, and the sporting clubs right throughout this region, world-class facilities to chase their goals in lifestyle, health or performance. And there he is, we're at the finish line, seeing them come past. They're second of 3 laps on the bike. Louis Bray looking very strong. About 5 to 10 minutes away from seeing our leaders back in the men's open race, and another 6 to 7 minutes after that to seeing our lead females. Our Enticer presentation will be underway shortly.
Yeah, come down folks, the Enticer presentation is about to get underway, so we'll do that very, very soon. Brian, if you can hear me, we are ready to go, Brian Carter. Folks, when Simon Below comes through, he's just coming through now folks, so our race leader on the road comes through now, he heads into transition 2. So Simon Below broken away from Mike Laurie. Let's see where he goes now. Folks, with the run lead today, they run up to the lighthouse first, and they run past us here at the surf club and back down towards the other part of the course. So Joshy Adams up there as well, mate, so he's going all right. So Simon Below has got a bit of a break. You did mention this, you called it the crossfire, I think was the RAP4 term.
Well, he's a fighter's chance of taking this one out today. He looked in fantastic shape last week. He's prized open the gap, but I don't think he's given any. The guys haven't caught any time on him on this last lap. Ali Fair and Johnny Samet. He's riding really strongly, Simon Biliou, and I reckon he's a stronger runner as Johnny Samet and Ali Fair. So the Frenchman, who's been as high as 3rd in Ironman France, is a real chance here as we wait to see the gap he's got on the big threat on the run, Mike Laurie. And it's a bigger gap than what we expected. It's out over a minute now.
Look for the orange, look for the Canadian maple leaf coming down over the hill. The gun runner in the field, where is he? Can he minimise the damage? They head up to the lighthouse first, mate. Few undulations on this course, isn't there?
There is. There's a couple of ups and downs. And obviously that wind blowing in off the coast, just adding a bit of element of extra fatigue, also a little bit of dehydration, potentially if the temperature does pick up. But this gap's really open, it's more the damage. Here he is now, Mike Laurie. It's more the damage this rider's done to Mike Laurie's legs, and whether or not there's any fatigue there that will affect his normally stellar run. So probably about 90 seconds is the gap that faces Mike Laurie, the star runner of the field, the West Australian 5,000 metre champion, 14:14 at 5,000 metres. And he's raced so often throughout this season. Once he gets on that run leg, it's just the home court advantage to Mike Laurie, isn't it?
Yeah, clear the path, folks. Clear the path. They're on their way. They head up to the lighthouse first. There's a little climb up there, mate, as you would know. A really good transition from all the boys. Mike Laurie's just flown through transition. That's the fastest transition of the 3. So Mike Laurie is flown out there. Clear the path, folks. You've got children. You've got dogs. You've got bikes. Just be aware these guys will fly through here. Hey, Raph, what I reckon will be pretty exciting is that run downhill from the lighthouse. little sort of little flat in the middle. But by the time the boys get here, they will be cranking. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be a very, very fast run leg. There's a bit of adrenaline at the pointy end of the field, the prospect that maybe they can hold Mike Laurie off, as we see Pete Andrews, the local boy, next into transition. Strong ride from Pete. Can run. A 33-minute 10K run at his best, a former winner of the Bunbury Surf to Surf here on this exact course. So watch out for Pete and get behind the local boy. He's got the distinctive dreadlocks, the boy from Bunbury.
Bobby Scott goes past in his 19th year of retirement. He said a long time ago the Canning Vale Maestro, he's out, he's still going around. Folks, just watch that path, because the boys will be coming through very, very quickly indeed. We'll get the enticer presentations prior. I'm okay when you are. I'm ready to go when you are. So we'll start the presos when we can. The duathlon presentation will be a little bit later on. Not far away from seeing our lead females too, folks. So Pete Andrews is out. Go on, Bill. There goes Billy. Billy's got his park run hat on. Big smile. Come on, mate. Nice presentation about to start. We've got Bri and a special guest from WA, Inika Moyle today. Absolute treat today, Inika. No high vis vest for Inika. She won't be wearing any of that stuff. Raph, you keep an eye on the big race, mate. We'll get their results and entice us through now. So, just a reminder, the Bunbury Surf Club barbecue is still underway. If you want to get a sausage sizzle. Hello, Inika, nice to see you. Thanks to Triathlon WA, thanks to Healthway, thanks to the City of Bunbury, Ride the Bicycle, Shots, Lexus. Everyone should drive a Lexus. And welcome to the presentation. So the presentation's down here. Raph. Butt in when you need to, mate. Not far from seeing our race leaders here, so the floor is yours as soon as you need to go. All right. In the boys, 12 to 13s in the enticers today. Third place is Hamish Melvin. Second place, Joshua Dearborn, and our winner goes to Michael Baker. You guys are here, come through. Well done, fellas. Thank you, Brian. Well done to everyone in the enticer race today. Well done, boys. Congratulations. Well done, mums and dads. Go and buy them a bike from Ride by Cyclery right now. Well done, boys. Well done, Michael, our winner today. Well done, fellas. Big cheer for the 12 and 13s. Well done. All right. All eyes on the road. We're about to see our elite competitors, our boys come through. Can Simone below hang on. 14 to 15s, Inika, our winner today, and the girls, Kyla Chima. Kyla, I hope I pronounced it right. Kyla, you here? Kyla Chima. All right, we move on to the 14 to 15-year-old boys. In third place, Darcy Bourne. Second place, Brad Campbell. And our winner, can't call it out again. Folks, if you are here, you can hear the enticer presentation is on this when we have our open race. Wings picking up out here on course. The presentation underway for the enticer race, folks. Please join us down here. We're about to see our race leaders come through now. All right, we'll move on now to the 16 to 19 females. In second place was Annie Holwell. I think that's Amy Holwell. And winner is Rachel Edwards. Well done, Rachel. Guys, join us up here if you will. Rap's got an eye on the main road down there. Haven't you, Rap? Come through, ladies.
Yeah, we're waiting to spot. We're here with Ross Pedlow, waiting to see his two leaders, Simon, the XC girls, Liv Smith and Rosie Farrell, were leading at the end of the second lap. No sign of them yet, but they're not far off. All our open males now through into transition with Reese Harris, the last one through, mate.
Female 2029s. Enticer today was Kira Devereux. Kira, if you're here, come up and join us. Thanks, Kira. Congratulations. Going pretty well, the Enticer presentations are wrapped. The 30-39s, and our winner today was Julia Creasy. Julia, if you're here, come up, Julia. Is this microphone working? All right, in the 30-39s, our winner today in the boys was Matthew Bunbury. Matthew, are you here? Yes, thanks Matthew, thanks for coming through. Mate, appreciate that. Matthew Montgomery, everyone. First bloke to get on the podium for about 20 minutes. Thanks, mate. From the Perth Triathlon Club. Well done, Matthew. Winner of the 40-49s in time today was Donna Love. Donna, you here? Well done, Donna. Donna gets up on the podium a fair bit. Well done today, Donna. If anyone got a jacket, they can lend Donna. Or a beanie. Got a West Coast Eagles card on you can have. 40-49s, boys today, entices Stuart Cummins was our winner today. Stuart, you're here, come up, bud. Folks, keep an eye on that path. Those boys are going to be flying back down from that lighthouse. The best three guys in the business. No swim today. Ken Simone below the Frenchman. Hang on. This is Stu Cummins. Well done, bud. Congratulations. 50-59s. In second place today, Karen Alford. And our winner today was Jackie Peniza. Well done to you two. Well done, Karen. Well done, Jackie.
Simon, just to jump in now, here's our leader, Liv Smith. Liv Smith, our leader. We've got the gap being calculated from this point in time. Liv Smith first into transition in the Open Female State Classic Distance Championship. Next coming through, 25 seconds back, Rosie Farrell. Back to you, Simon.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Well done to Jackie and to Karen. Winner of the 50-59s today, boys, our final presentation is Russell Hawlin. Are you here, Russ? Come up, mate. Russell Hawlin, the winner of the 50-59s. Well done, mate. Russell, are you here? Yeah, Russ. You seem surprised. Well done, Russell.
Simon, 45 seconds down. Kirby Diaz in third place, coming into transition now, and we can just not quite yet see Anthea Stacey. So third, 40 seconds down from our leader is Kirby Diaz, our favourite, heading onto the run.
All right, thanks, folks. Thanks to all the Enticer guys. The guys who got through the swim today, well done. Yeah, complicated day for all of us today, so well done if you got through the swim, you're a hero. Got a couple of spot prizes to give away, right? So we'll draw those out now. This is just the spot prizes for our Enticer race, and then we'll go back to our Olympic distance race in Simone. Simone below leading the boys, Rosie Farrell leading the girls today. Guys, 750, you've won the triathlon kit. 750, the Enticer, are you here? 750. 750, is that you, mate? Number 750. Yeah, you won one of those. Yeah, thanks, mate. Cheers, buddy, well done. Good concentration, too, I like that. Excellent. The future is in safe hands. Here we go. 758. 758 for our next spot prize. Yes, well done, mate. 758. Oh, you're just running down the hill. 758. Well done. Have we got one more? No, that's it. One more? One more spot prize. Thanks again. Who wants to follow Inika on Facebook? There's a different photo every single day. They're looking fantastic. Free entry in the city of Joondalup. Our next triathlon at Joondalup, 721. 721. Well done, mate. See you there, right? Yeah, well done. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for doing the Enticer. Hang around. This race is going to be awesome today. Hang around. We've got a very exciting finish coming up. Raph and I are particularly excited. Thanks, Inika. Thanks to Triathlon WA. And if you have any questions, if you missed the first part of the preso, Brian Carter's here. She's excellent. She's lovely.
Johnny Samet, Simon. Here he comes, our leader, Johnny Samet. Clear the path, folks. Here's our leader. State title up for grabs. Johnny Samet chasing the lead. Rach Wales is coming through into transition now, along with Alicia Wesley. And Johnny Samet running strongly with the pressure now coming from Mike Laurie. The gap, 20 seconds. The state 5,000 metre champion, the Canadian international Mike Laurie, settling into his work and running beautifully. It's 3 minute, 5 second Ks right there, folks. Simon Villieu in third, our leader on the bike, running strongly. The Frenchman.
He looks
Drove down
fantastic.
this morning, mate. He's done beautifully.
Look at him go. Look at the running style. He's got. He's just an amazing athlete to watch. Simon below. Johnny Samet, all ticker, all hard, isn't he? He's had to push through after something happened on the first lap of the bike. Here comes Alistair Cairn, folks, the state 40k time trial champion, the national duathlon champion. Come on, Ali. Come on, mate. Alistair Cairn, let's bring him through.
Coming back after a broken collarbone. Ironman busted in December, so just finding his feet again, you suggest. Not quite back to full steam.
Gets that cool race belt thing going on too. Gets the cool race belt thing hanging down. It's like the rock stars do, like the lead singer does. I like that. So the top 4 through. Pete Andrews will be through next, I reckon. He'll do some damage too. Mike Laurie, you're the run coach. You're the man who looks at the feet. How's he looking?
Yeah, he looks fantastic, and he'll be our winner today. He's just such a strong runner. But Johnny Samet's run really has picked up. It's to see him run past Simon, run away from Ali Kerr. Good signs for his progress. I think another couple of years in the short course racing has served Johnny really well. He's such a powerful athlete. He was 6th in the Geelong round of the Oceania Cup. It's a fantastic result. Not a natural runner, Johnny, compared to some of the other guys, but I think when he goes up to 70.3, if he can get that run just a little bit sharper before he steps up in distance, it'll be competitive in the longer distance racing, and his swim and bike are just phenomenal. So I think he's doing beautifully under the guidance of Peter Robertson, who's followed on from the great early work that Paul Mackay did with Johnny Samet.
Steve Ware in the 60-64s. Daryl Harrison, the 55-59s coming through. So we see away on 5th place country now, suspected to be with Pete Andrews, so he's had a big day. So Johnny Samet's raced 3 weekends in a row. This is his 4th weekend in a row that he's racing. He raced in Carry Valley last week. What I like about him, like you do, how he now knows his game, and he now knows what he's got. He doesn't fear the run, and he uses so much of his strength, right? So he's just going to go out and do what he can out here and try and find his way through these little hills, through these little undulations.
Yeah, most certainly, and he's just got a good understanding of the history of the sport. He knows his place in it. He doesn't overstate or understate anything. He's just methodical about his progress. I think he's got a good plan for his long-term development now, with some good oversight, some good coaching. He's well guided by his dad in terms of where he gets advice and where he just keeps his head down. And here we go, Mike Laurie, Liam McCoach and Nick Thompson, these 2 young stars of the future, running very strongly. Nick Thompson, a great talent, but he can't keep pace with Liam McCoach there, as Liam McCoach brings that 14:45k speed to the table, and Nick Thompson tries to jump on his heels. He's gallant. Young Nick Thompson, he did win one of the local tries recently as Popisel from the Czech Republic comes through next, and they've run past Pete Andrews somewhere in that early part of the run leg.
How fast is Liam McCoach has also got that thing which not a lot of triathletes have, which is a 5th gear. So just that little kick in front of the crowd there, wasn't it? So Thompson's still running well. You can see down there that the coach just put in that big 400 there.
Yeah, and I think that that 5th gear, or that VO2 max that you talk about, you're definitely right. He's got the ability to run that 5k under 15 minutes. There's only 2 guys in the field that can do that, Liam McCoach and also our soon-to-be winner, I would suggest, Mike Laurie.
And Bill finishing now. He's got the Parkland hat on. Well done, Bill. Finishing the duathlon, got on both. Duathlon presentations will be in the Olympic distance presentation today. Starting to hit the run course, thick and fast. You can see the athletes coming down this little hill with their shoes, their feet above their pedals. So they transition, they put their feet on their pedals. They have the dismount at the line. They've got to wear their helmet all the way to the bike rack. It's a safety thing, and that is the go these days. Mike Laurie, beautifully placed, waiting to see our female leaders come through. It's a long downhill, right, Raph? So this will suit the guys who've got a bit of toe.
Here comes Ryan Moore in next. Rhino coming through, running at a good speed. It is a fast section of the course. and he settles into his work. I wonder what's happened to Pete Andrews out there. We haven't seen Pete Andrews come back through.
Equal second best looking of the Bohr brothers. There he is, equal second. We're at Ryan Bohr Racing Open today, and he, like you say, no one's having the swimmers cancelled today. It does give some advantage to some of the guys that are weaker swimmers, but no one's happy about what happened today. It'll change everything. We saw something happen on the first of our laps on the run leg as well. All eyes on the road to see the girls, right? So Pip Laufman comes through now wearing the stylish sunglasses, makes her way into T2, transition 2.
Ever stylish Pip, isn't she? She looks fantastic, and she's been at all the racing this year. She's been here every week. And here's young Reese Harris. Oh, Reese, his first Olympic distance race. Here he comes.
Looks good. Reese goes through. Might be second Olympic distance. So just getting word from the family. So. Just getting better and better. He's very compact, isn't he, mate? Nice little running style. I know you went out on the toes a little bit, but that looks all right to me. That's now on Holmes, Bunbury sort of thing, I reckon.
Yeah, he's going well. He's a good young lad, so look forward to seeing how he finishes off the back half of this run, but going well. And the next question is, will we see Liv Smith keeping Kirby at bay, or will she have already done enough damage in the early part of the run, Kirby Diaz, to assert herself on this race? She's running so strongly. You saw her last week. How'd you look at Carry Valley last week?
It's amazing, mate. She ran a 48 minutes for the 12K, which is uphill, downhill. It's on the dirt tracks. It's a really tough run. And Emily Loughlin, who's one of the main runners, ran a 49. So it wasn't enough to get her the lead, but I reckon Kirby got a lot of confidence out of last week. She comes in today knowing that she can get through a 12K run, and she just sort of, I think, used a bit of a natural ability, but a bit of strength as well. So to knock Emily Loughlin off the fastest run time last week was pretty impressive. She's still learning, right? Every time it comes out, we see a different version of her. Sometimes the swim's a bit better, sometimes the ride's a bit better. But we know she's a gun runner. So she went in probably as favourite today, I suppose, with Olivia Smith. I can't wait to see Livy and Kirby go head to head today.
So not far off seeing our lead females through. Out in the age group ranks, a number of battles. We see some of the stars, as we mentioned, throughout the morning. Carrie Anderson, as there's Tanika. Well done, Tanika, coming into transition.
So we've got plenty of our duathlon guys coming through. Well done. We two parts of the course today. The first part definitely has the slight rise up to the lighthouse approach. When you get off the bike, and your heart rate's pretty high and you've been cycling, the first part of the run is always tricky, particularly if you've got to go up a hill. There's a little bit of a headwind out there as well, so we've got to get up to the lighthouse. This is a flatter section of the course down here, down to Hungry Hollows and back. The original courses down here, we started at this end, we didn't used to run for the lighthouse, used to run all the way south, out and back. And there are a few little hills and things to contend with. It is one of those courses, Raph, where you can see your competition down the road. It's not one of those courses like Hillary's where people duck in and out of the trees. This is a course where you can see what's down the road and what you need to do. But pretty much there'll be redlining out there right now. We see your man, Joshy Adams, come through. Actually, that wasn't him, he's wearing 25, 29 yellow. So watch for the motocross rider to be out on course soon. So yeah, swell, it's definitely settled out there. Ralph Bohr, which is a great shame, but we are not far away from crowning a new Olympic distance champion here in Western Australia. I don't think Mike Laurie's had his name on this trophy before. Ollie Stenning's been on it a couple of times, Matt Burton's been on it. My coach has been around about, you know. Liam's been really close when we raced in Busselton, which has been dominated by Stenning and Samet in the last couple of years.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Ollie, another one who's fallen victim to the crash curse. He's got a broken collarbone at the moment. Poor Ollie Stenning. We send him our best wishes for a speedy recovery as he tries to get himself back. I think for the end of the season, perhaps a foray into the half Ironman at Busselton was the talk for him. And we can't be far away now from seeing our lead females come through. We're trying to get first eyes on the challenger. Who do you think, mate? I think Kirby Diaz was probably close enough.
Yeah, I think so. I think she was. The thing is, though, is Olivia. I heard you talk to Olivia before the race, and she comes in this with eyes wide open. She has no fear. She just wants to have a crack at it. She's such a smart, enthusiastic young person, still a teenager. So you never know what's going to happen with Olivia today. Kirby's got the pedigree, but Olivia Smith has got the talent and she's up and about. So
well, here we go, mate. There she is. Kirby Diaz has stolen a march. And she's pushed ahead here of Liv Smith. So let's get behind her as she comes through. Here's Kirby Diaz, folks.
Great to watch. Look at this, folks. This is quality running here. Rat, bring it through, mate.
Yeah, well, Kirby Diaz, like Simon mentioned, fastest run split last week at Carry Valley. She's trialling the longer distances, and she looks fantastic. That cadence up nice and high, around 90 strides a minute.
Awesome.
As she opens up the gap, we can see Rosie Farrell on fire. Rosie, second place, the girl from Exceeded. She looks determined to hold on to second place as well. A former 400 metre hurdler at the state level, competed at the national championships, finding her running legs here today.
Strong.
At the Bunbury back beach, and running very strongly indeed. So Rosie Farrell in second, and still no sign of Liv Smith at this stage. So Kirby Diaz and Rosie Farrell.
Rosie Farrell very strong. She's strong through the core, just really strong mentally as well. Last year she stepped up to open, which was quite a big step forward. She's not a gun swimmer like the other girls. But we saw her leading for most of the day, so doing a fair bit of work. She would have whacked a fair bit of, used up a few coupons on the bike today, Rosie, but she is in second. Here we go.
Anthea Stacey, Liv Smith, third and fourth. The girl from Kalgoorlie, Anthea Stacey, starting to cut her way through the field. She's probably the second fastest runner on the road after Kirby Diaz. So she sets her sight about 300 metres up the road to Rosie Farrell as Liv Smith tries to hold her rhythm. So perhaps, looks like Diaz has got enough of a gap, but Stacey, with eyes on Farrell in the latter stages of this run, will be interesting to follow that as they work their way into the back half of the run leg, whether Stacey can bring back the gap and maybe get up to that second position.
Just watching her there, mate, like she's, Anthea's got a great running style. She's had some really strong performance in the 25 to 29s over the last few years, been injured a little bit, but she can really run. She's put in a gap there, you know, and now she gets onto the flat part of the course and she'll have that fast leg turnover. Libby Smith, first 10k race today for her. She is a gun over the sprint distance, over the 5k, but this is a different kettle of fish today. So you see different styles, mate. So you can see Olivia Smith's got that power and that sprint, but Anthea Stacey, just watch her there, just move away from her. Very efficient, very strong, just that low to the ground style. She's pushing through. She'll have the girls down the road. She'll be working really hard and have them in her sights.
Yeah, she really settles into her work well, doesn't she, Anthea Stacey? She's moving at a rate of knots. I think she might be running slightly faster than Kirby Diaz.
All right, the first of our age groupers and starting to come through now, mate. So these are the big hitters of their categories.
Yep, our top age group is already out onto the course as well. Chasing hard towards the state championship titles and world championship qualifying points. Let's get behind these athletes, folks, as they come through. The beast, the man, the myth, the legend, Bart Holloman's the man who rides the bike with more watts than what you've seen in your life. Here he comes. He's leading his age group. Come on, Bart, lift son. He's got a gap. The Dutchman chasing a state title. Ali Thompson and Rachie Wales next through as the beast comes through, charging out in front of the age group racing.
So cool, he's so cool. Rachie Wales, one of the up-and-comers. Ali Thompson, she is a gun, isn't she, Rat?
Fantastic athlete, and she's just such a powerful bike rider. She was probably the fastest on the road today on the bike. Alicia Wesley and Catherine Ryan next through.
Kath Ryan. You see the yellow number on the back there? So Alicia Wesley, first 10k race for her, 45.49 in the yellow. This girl flies, mate. She raced last week at Carrie Valley. She had the fastest age group run leg and bike leg. The name's Helen. I think it's Helen Morgan from memory. She is motoring. She is a star.
She also helped people with the check-in, so she was actually helping other people check in, and now she's showing them how to check out and get the job done on the race course. So they come through. Here's Brad Cave and Aaron Robertson. The boys settling into their work. Big Brad Cave and the super coach Aaron Robertson. It's the first time I've seen this summer with a shirt on. He's been running around Lake Munga, shirts off, just entertaining the locals.
Yeah. He just said to me as he went past, I wish we'd had a swim. But we didn't, did we? We didn't. Robbo, great bloke. Looks like Brad Hodge, the cricketer.
He is one of triathlon's great entertainers, as we see. Christina Ladyman coming through next. The tall, elegant figure as she heads out. Anna Massey coming through as well.
Maddie McKay comes through. Yellow number on, 45.49, as Daryl Harris will say. He's improving.
Good job, Anna Massey. Poppy Caldecott is next as they press on. Lee Jackson, Daryl Harris, and Stevie Ware next.
$60-64s. Stevie Ware not leading this category just at the moment. 50 minutes flat, 12Ks in the 60-64s. Unbelievable last week, so strong.
Well, we shouldn't be far off seeing our leaders back into town.
They finish here, they come off through the car park, a couple of duathlon guys who's well done. Gang, give them a big cheer as they finish the duathlon today. And they didn't have a swim either. Just watch the path, folks, as the runners come through.
Catherine Wally and Carrie Anderson running strongly. Phil Monks.
Good mate, lucky Phil. That's been holding your wife's hand while you're out there racing, mate. Looking after for you.
He's lucky boy. He got one of Willetton's finest there in Emily Chan. Everything an eye. He's got to perform. He's got to do the right things by Emily. Went to school with her. My dad taught her. Good stock down Willetton Way, the sporting capital of Western Australia, as we call it. And the athletes in the age group ranks come through as we turn our attention to the elite race. We're about 2 minutes away, folks, from seeing our winner crowned here at the State Classic Distance Championships. And we suspect it'll be Mike Laurie continuing his winning run. He's won every race this season, and he'll look to make it 4 out of 4 in a few moments' time.
Yeah, Johnny Salmon though won't give it up. He's a competitor, he's a racer, he's a winner. Johnny Salmon, and he knows he's been racing. I've got some strength there. Sevilla goes through. Fastest run leg last week, mate. 45 minutes. Gary Silverlock. You see, gets to the bottom of the downhill. Go, mate. Gary Silverlock from the North Coast.
2 stars coming through next, Loretta Wesley and Alan Hartley. Let's get behind these stars, ladies and gentlemen. Alan Holmes, the local boy, coming through. Holmesy at his best second in the 1999 Rottnest Triathlon. He's done a 4:03 half Ironman.
There he goes.
There he goes. He's got the zinc. And there's Junie Ward as well. And Holmes, he looks fantastic.
Always looks good in the 10K, mate. Just I know you don't like the guys, the tractors, the guys are down on the heels, but I love the way Holmes runs. He's a really good runner, Alan Holmes, and he's on his home turf. First race of the season, it's probably hurting him a bit.
Yeah, it probably is, and I know he would be in the same category as Bart Holloman, so probably 5 minutes, I would say, down on the beast. Bart Holloman, Brad Kay and Aaron Robertson, so a bit of work to do for Holmes. He can be a bit behind what he would have expected out there on the bike leg, and so a bit of work to do on the run. He's settling into his chase now.
So Dale Zabila in the 25-29s is sitting in third. Your man Holmes is sitting in sixth at the moment. Caroline Ashby is leading the 40-44s. Brad Frost is second in the 40-44s. Helen Morgan is in second in the 25-29s. She's the gun runner out there, folks. Watch out for Helen Morgan today. Ronan Hayes in the 16-19. Tim Facey coming through as well. So. Tim Facey leading the 35-39s. It's got a good viewpoint here, folks. So not far away from seeing the leaders come in. If you're anywhere near the finish line, come and watch these guys. You can see Jade getting the finish line tape ready down there. And we're not far away from seeing a new name on the trophy this year, I reckon, mate. It's going to Johnny Salmon or Mikey Laurie, the guns. Andy Johns has just gone through as well. Andy Johns leading the third in the 50-54s. There's that lead cycle, folks. The lead cycle coming back through the trees. Or that Reps 4 call it. Will it be the Maple Leaf? In fact, it is, I reckon, mate. Here he is. Big day today. It was a big day for him. He dropped off the bike, but he's got that weapon, that closing speed. The state 5,000 metre champion, as you heard Rat say, 14-14. He ran a 15.05 up at Champion Lakes off the bike for the 5K. We see Louis Bray come through, looking skinny, mate, looking good. Let's bring him in. Here you go, Ralph. You call him home, mate. This has been a big day for him, hasn't it?
Yeah, big season for this young man, Mike Laurie, the boy from Canada. He has won all 3 rounds thus far of the SunSmart Triathlon series. He won the Way Out West Triathlon just a few weeks ago. He won the state 5,000 metre athletics championships, and today he will add to his list of achievements the 2018 state classic distance triathlon champion. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, your winner here at the City of Bunbury Triathlon, Mike Laurie. And well, he might celebrate.
He's pumped. He loves it. He loves winning. He loves racing. Doing the local races. Laurie from Canada across the line now. Great race in this race today. We're not sure what happened on the first lap of the bike, but it didn't work in his favour. We love this guy. We love the improvements this year. So he's finishing in second now is Johnny Samet. Finishing strong too, Ralph, isn't he? Pushing his way up the hill. Let's hear it for Johnny Salmon. Hasn't gone all his way today. No swim. Something happened at the end of that first lap of the bike. But Johnny Salmon will finish second. Let's bring him home.
No excuses from the kid. He pressed on. It's a strong finish. He's given very little away on the run, has he, mate? It's a great result for Johnny Salmon. Strong finish. Massive from him, because he used him on below was there, right? So he wins Carry Valley last week. Bit of a turn up, Ralph will come back down there in a second, but Simon below still out there. So second place, Johnny Salmon. And what about Liam, the coach? He's cut his way through this field at a rate of knots. He'll be the fastest run on course today. This young star, what a run. He's cut through this field right the way back from 7th off the bike and 3rd at the finish.
And we knew just how disadvantaged he was riding that road bike today. He skid past us here, didn't he? Went past Nick Thompson like he was standing still. Liam McCoach, this is the fastest run time of the day, we think. Well, let's bring Liam McCoach in, folks. If you can hear yourself above the noise from the sidelines. Liam McCoach, that's a great run from McCoach. Well done, buddy. And if you've been on the aero bars today, mate, and that's his first Olympic distance for a couple of years now, since 2015. He can possibly have some Richard Burnell runs past. Well done to McCoach, that's a great run time.
Just planning his trip next weekend down to Dunsborough for Easter to enjoy the fruits and the food and the wine of the Margaret River region.
Simon Below is now in the car park. He's just looked over his left-hand shoulder. You saw Mike Laurie look over his shoulder because Johnny, he obviously put in a big surge to kick away from Johnny Salmon. Big race from the Frenchman today. He's had a big couple of weeks. Second down the valley last week. Let's bring Simon Below home. Good work, mate. He loves the adventure. He loves the race today. And Simon Below finishes in 4th today. Good job, buddy.
And Ali Caird is in next. The Australian duathlon champion Nikki Thompson, the young gun, is still running on strongly. Just an indication of how quick Liam McCoach has run. Look at the damage he's done to the fast-moving Nick Thompson. So Alistair Caird will be in next. He'll take 5th place here today, and 6th place at the finish will be young Nick Thompson from the UWA Tri Club, coached by Grantlanders.
Yeah, well done to Ali Caird. Nick Thompson finishing beautifully there. You can see Ali just hugging the boundary as he comes through today. He's done it tough again today. Just getting himself back in. As you heard Raph say, collarbone injury last year. But Ali Caird will finish in 5th today. So give a big hand, folks. A little look over his right-hand shoulder. He loves the sport. So cool. He's got a cool race belt thing going on. Well done, Ali Caird. And great racing this bloke. You bring him in, mate. You picked him pre-race. That's a great performance from him.
Yeah, this young gun's a star of the future. He's got really nice balance across all 3 disciplines of triathlon. Nick Thompson, the young star from the UWA Tri Club, a big name to watch in the future of West Australian triathlon within the next few years. I would say he'll be right up amongst the action at the pointy end of West Australian triathlon. As we see our attention turn back to the finishing straight, we can see our next competitor into the straight coming in now. Trying to work out if that's Reese Harris coming in now. No, it's Popovic, the athlete from the Czech Republic. He just needs to make his way across to the finishing straight. On the wrong side of the straight there. He'll just duck across.
Yeah, he'll over to the Czechoslovakian thing. They got to jump over the. There we go. Well done, crowd. Nice work. We'll do a ticker tape thing there. Well done, mate.
Popovic, the athlete from the Czech Republic. Let's welcome him in. Great result for the Czech athlete. Rich history of Czech triathletes. Radka Vodikova, or Carterfeld now, Brad Carterfeld just had a child with Radka, the Czech athlete.
Matthias Popovic finishing now. Well done, mate. All right, so that's a bit exciting, wasn't it? So our leaders are home in the boys today. Good race. They'll a fair bit going on out there. There's always camaraderie. Yeah, go and have a chat to mate. Always camaraderie between the boys. Mike Laurie's one of the nicest blokes in the world, and so is Ali Caird, so is Simon. Big race today from Liam and Coach. Equally nicest guy in the world. So they're good. Just looking down there, there's no swim. Something happened on Thursday for the bike. Johnny Salmon and Ali, but all smiles, handshakes, and Raf's going to have a chat to the boys in just a moment. We'll keep an eye on the finish shoot. Kirby Diaz is leading the women from Rosie Farrell and Rosie Holdolf, Anthony Stacey, who's running in 3rd, and Mindy Smith sitting in 4th. Hello, mate. Raf, you got the boys down there today. Just one who is prepared to have a chat down there with Raf in the translucent white Bunbury top.
So Simon, I'm here with our winner Mike Laurie. A bit of a crazy day, wasn't it, mate? Take us through it. It started with that crazy beach swell and the cancelled swim, and ended with you across the line first. What happened in between?
Oh mate, that was one of the most up and down days of triathlon I've ever had. I mean, the cancelled swim, that's tough to take, you know. Guys like me, Johnny and Liam, always get a little bit of time, but you know, got to roll with the punches. We did the time trial start, and you know, I tried to sit with Johnny and Al for the first couple of K. It was really tough. Kind of cooked my legs. We got out to the far turnaround yesterday. I had previewed the course with my dad, and I knew that we had to turn around at one point. And I just followed, you know, I followed Al because I thought he would also know. I figured we've gone quite far. I'm gonna turn around because I haven't seen any officials in a while, you know. So I turned around. I told them to turn around. They kept going, which is the choice they made. I mean, I think it would have been a much harder race if we had all turned around together. I got to give them credit. They're great athletes, but you got to also know the course. So you know, it was a tough day in the wind, and it was a great race in the end. And I think you know we ended up roughly where we wanted them. You know.
Reese Harris just finishing now, Mike. Just bring Reese in. Reese Harris, folks, the local bloke. Nice race from the 17-year-old today. Well done, Reese. Thanks, Mike. Back to you, bud.
Yeah, so Mikey, just going on there. So in the end, it all worked out. You were saying how it all finished up.
Yeah, I think it worked out plus or minus a few spots. Yeah, good job to the boys. They kept pushing even though, you know, they went off. And yeah, credit to everyone who kept pushing out there.
So, mate,
Ryan Ball finishing now. So Rath's brother Ryan finishing now. Good race from the endurance specialist, and gives us the big smile. Well done to Ryan Ball. Back to you, Rath.
Okay, mate, so we cheering my brother, and so basically, mate, the race from your perspective makes it 4 out of 4 in the SunSmart Triathlon series. Return, shame about the swim, but the location and a return to Bunbury, fantastic for the series, no doubt.
Oh yeah, absolutely love it here. It actually ended up being a beautiful day. There was no rain, a little bit of wind, but it was an easterly, which was beautiful. Tough course all around, you know, it pushed everyone, so yeah, thanks to Tri Events for putting on another great event.
Well done, our young stars on display. We had our winner there in Mike Laurie. Johnny Samet was second, as we mentioned. And I might just grab Liam, my coach, and have a chat with him as well, Simon, while we wait for the lead female. So, Liam, my coach, our fastest run out there today, mate. You come off the bike in 7th, worked all the way up to 3rd. You must be very happy with that run leg today.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty stoked with it. I came off the bike not really feeling the best because it's really windy out there. I was just trying to push through, but watch went very high on the bike. So I was sort of just going to run at my own speed, and I ended up feeling pretty good. So I just wound it up every uphill, downhill, really strutted out, and it all came together.
So in the end, almost just a minute behind the leaders, a bit of a case of what might be in the future at this longer distance. You seem to have the staying power to go that extra 5K. That's good signs for the future.
Yeah. I mean, this is only my second Olympic distance. Last one was a few years ago, but yeah, I didn't really know what pace I was going to go for the 10K, so I sort of just ran out just above 5K pace, like so a bit slower, and I managed to sustain it and even able to wind up back in. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that.
Awesome job, our 3rd place finisher there, Simon, in terms of Liam, my coach, 3rd place today. Great result for him, only his 2nd classic distance event.
Yeah, good bloke, hey? He's still only really young, isn't he? So I'd love to hear what Johnny Samet's got to say today, because he rode past the turnaround. This year, Mike Laurie knew where the turn was, did a little course preview. Sometimes happens, if you're not sure, might try and get Rath lined up with Johnny Samet, who had a big 4 weeks, Johnny Samet. And he was right near the top of the field. We watched past the Bunbury Surf Club. Our last competitor was Reese Harris. We're looking for our lead females to head in this night. Nice little crowd here, folks, if you're anywhere near the finish line. Kirby Diaz is leading the women's race at this stage. Rosie Farrell in 2nd, in 3rd the fast-moving Anthea Stacey, and in 4th today Olivia Smith, one of our pre-race favourites, the gun swimmer. Didn't get to swim today, but she is doing her first race. Alicia Wesley in there as well, so I think 4 of the top 5 girls, or certainly 3 of the top 5 girls have never done this distance before, and that is the story of the women's race today.
So young Reese Harris, 3:33 on the run leg there, so some fast running. With a hazard to guess, our fastest run split very close to 32 flat from Liam the coach, waiting on the official times there, mate. So our lead female's not far away. We saw Kirby Diaz cutting through the field early on the run leg. Her breaking limits teammate Liam the coach looked to be fastest on course, and on a similar program. You'd imagine that Kirby Diaz would have similar strength in the closing stages of the run leg.
Kirby Diaz looked really composed today. You know, she's pretty new to triathlon still in her 3rd season. We know she's a good runner, but she just looked really composed. She's a racer now, competitor. Never panicked on the bike when Rosie Farrell went past. Rosie had to try and make every pedal count today with the no swim, and she did that. Strong athlete, as you say, a former track strength athlete. So Kirby didn't panic today. She sat up a little bit, used to run the Brownwell last week down in the valley, Parry Valley, and Kirby Diaz certainly well placed at this stage.
Yeah, she reminds me a little bit of Mike Laurie in the female form. Very laconic, very chilled, not too stressed, casual, socially confident, physically fit, and just very much under the radar, Kirby. She doesn't draw too much attention to herself. And she's about 700 metres away. We just heard there from Dave Budge.
Thanks, Budgie. Budgie's having a great day today. Living the dream today, Budgie. Freo got smashed yesterday. Budgie's had to cancel the swim today. He's having a ripper. Hey, just watch out for the first age group today. My tip is Helen Morgan. She was unbelievable last week down the valley. She's very lean. There's we spotted her before warming up. Watch out for Helen Morgan to be the first age grouper home today, that's my tip. 229 was the first male age grouper today. I'm just trying to find out who that was, but he is having a ripper out there, number 229.
It's 500 metres away now. Our female state champion, Kirby Diaz, had a great year. Been looking for a victory, hasn't she? She hasn't really been able to cross the line first. She'll get that opportunity in a few moments' time. Let's make sure we welcome her in. This young athlete from Break the Limit, stepping up some different challenges in recent weeks. You saw her at Curry Valley, and then again today in the classic distance here at Bunbury. She's moved away a little bit from that ITU format for a time just to rejuvenate herself, just to get a little bit of passion back for the sport and stay a little bit closer to home, as has Liam, the coach. And she'll be with us in a few moments' time. And the question on everybody's lips is, has Anthea Stacey been able to do enough damage on this run leg to catch up to our second place on the road, Rosie Farrell? We'll find out very shortly. Here's our lead bike.
Yeah, there she is. Kirby Diaz will win today. Well spotted. She paced the bike ride beautifully. It's interesting to hear Liam, the coach, saying he didn't feel good about the bike today. It was all about the run leg. But Kirby Diaz will win this, so this will be a good finish for her, mate. She's just, as you say, hasn't been atop the podium this summer, and this is a big breakthrough win for her. So let's bring this young athlete in. I'm pretty sure she's only 20, the young student Kirby Diaz, and she will take out Bunbury. So talented on the run, we've known that for some time. This is a big breakthrough win for her, and she'll enjoy this. So if you're anywhere near the finish line, we crown a new state champion today, folks. She makes her way past the magnificent Bunbury Surf Club now. She has dominated the run leg today. She is a superstar once she gets on the run. You bring her in rack forward. It's a big win for Kirby Diaz.
Here she is, the dietetic student, turning her attention to the longer distances. Her first victory this season on the Tri-Events SunSmart Triathlon Series. A big round of applause for our winner, please, ladies and gentlemen. Your 2018 State Classic Distance Triathlon Champion is Kirby Diaz.
Yeah, well, nice and cool, Raph. Nice work, Kirby. She's pretty stoked with that, I reckon. She just cracked a smile ever so gently. She came uphill. Mike Laurie was... Kurt Wesley's got a puncture, and he works in a bike shop. Mike Laurie celebrated, didn't he? Gave it a big Canadian woo. He came down and Kirby just pushed all the way to the line and just cracked a smile in the end. So the boys are flamboyant, aren't they, some of these guys? Johnny's a rock star. Ali Cairns the bass player in the band, probably, never makes mistakes, it's always there, plunking away up the back.
The biggest decision for the boys is where their hat's going to go. They each have a different hat swag. They do it slightly differently. One of them backwards, one of them sideways, one of them straight brim, one of them visor. They sort of concur on which way they'll go.
Johnny's, as you see, Ronnie Richards comes past. Good to be Ronnie, superstar of his category.
Your bag's in the bag drop. It's in the bag drop.
Well, you have to take your hat off to the performance of this lady today. Rosie Farrell, ladies and gentlemen, has weathered the storm of Anthea Stacey, and this for mine is a stellar performance from Rosie Simon. The pressure was on all the way through this run. She's held strong, and look at the gap. She's going to have just enough real estate to hold off, you would imagine, Anthea Stacey and take second place. As our first age group competitor, 229, comes through.
Yeah, great race from Rosie Farrell. She had a little look over her left-hand shoulder. Racing open today. That is a powerful performance from her today. Set up by a strong bike ride. First age group of finishing now. Well done, buddy.
And Rosie Farrell, ladies and gentlemen, deserves your applause. She'll take second place today. And for mine, the best race that we've seen Rosie produce here in the SunSmart Triathlon Series gives her second place ahead of the fast finishing Anthea Stacey.
Great work, Anthea.
The girl from Kalgoorlie takes third.
I'll tell you what, that'll be some scared running from Rosie, but that's all mental strength, right? And she's strong, she's got a strong body, Rosie Farrell, so strong, so powerful. That would have worried her. That's great work from those two.
Yeah, and I think she would have used all that experience gathered over the years of racing to hold off Stacey, just that determination. When they make eye contact at the turnaround, you'd love to be a spectator on the side. That determination, that turnaround when you've got someone chasing you hard, most people make eye contact and then drop their head. The experienced ones can just hold their head up, keep the focus and play a straight back to the threat that's coming and hold it off, and she did well to do that today. We can see that next up, Liv Smith is making her way towards us now in fourth. A game performance from her today. She was a bit disappointed, obviously, when the swim was cancelled, her strongest leg. She's held strong, and she's going to finish up onto the straight now in fourth place. She'll be with us very shortly.
First a little distance for Olivia Smith. She commentated with us at the Women's Only. She's had some good races this year. We're very excited about the future of Olivia Smith. Smart, organised, can swim, can ride, can run. She will get herself to the line in fourth today. Bit of a tough battle out there today for her in the run, I reckon, mate. She led the first lap of the bike, didn't she, before Rosie went past. But let's bring Olivia Smith in, folks. Good performance from the teenager today. Well done, Liv.
And you called it, Helen Morgan, the star of Bunbury Triathlon and West Australian Triathlon, charges up to be our first age grouper as Liv Smith.
Well, she is a gun, Helen Morgan. Look at that, mate. I told you, she is a ripper. She's run past a heap of girls out there. She can run like you wouldn't believe. Helen Morgan, so well done to her.
Well, Brad Kay has managed to catch the Beast Bart Hollemans. He'll take the state title, and the Beast only 10 seconds back has been caught in the final stages here. So Brad Kay, your 45 to 49 classic distance state champion.
I reckon Matthew McKay is on the asphalt too. Well done to the Beast.
Well done, the Beast, Bart Hollemans.
Oh, he says he goes Bart. How good's this bloke getting? He has had a blinder last week in Carry Valley. Matthew McKay from the Manchester Tri Club. He is just getting better with each outing. Good run lead, Matthew. Well done. Let's bring him in, Matty McKay. Massive effort from him. Well done, buddy. So, Helen Morgan, that is, can't wait to see that speed, mate. That's right up with Kirby Diaz's run speed. She ran a 50-minute flat last week at Carry, only a minute behind our eventual winner. So, nice work from her. So, done age group, second female age grouper, finishing now. Waiting for these. This will be a fast run time too. Dale Zabila was way back off the bike, but this guy he's a super runner. But Dale Zabila in the orange socks, so nice work from him. Jeremy Young is home, I reckon. Just to get some of this iPad stuff happening out. Alicia Wesley on the asphalt will finish her first Olympic distance today. So well done, Alicia. It was just a little bit of iPad not working here, but well done to Alicia Wesley in the open category. Gun age group is through.
Next up, we can see Lethal Lee Jackson, the plastic surgeon from the Pursuit Tri Club, making his way up in a very, very deep 45 to 49 category. He'll find himself back in 5th place, even still only 90 seconds behind our winner. Behind him, Alison Thompson, our star performer on the bike leg here in the age group women's race. She'll take her age category here today. And then behind them, the boy from Mandurah coming up, one of your favourites in Daryl Harris, Simon Beaumont.
Yeah, sure is. Well done, Ali Thompson. What a star she is. Great set. She's a Rolls Royce, isn't she, mate? Daryl Harris goes from strength to strength. Matty McKay just down the road from him. Well done to Taz from the 55, 59s. Well done, mate.
Rachie Harris is next here. Rachie Wales, I should say, is next in the 6th place overall category. And then Anna Massey chases behind her. Great race from Anna today. That strong bike and run combination. And here's another one of our top 8 group competitors coming through. And Steve Ware will be next across the line.
Yeah, Kath Ryan comes through now. Well done, Kath. She's She gets herself across the line now, and she has had enough, I reckon. Shattered, she said. And she's tough. And she's a hard one today, Catherine. She's up. Have a look at the speed of these guys finishing out. Steve Ware, folks, in the 60 to 64s. He gets himself across the line now. You are a superstar, mate. Well done, champ. Steve Ware, that'll be a fun run time. Look at these two closing here. This Goldfields athlete coming through now. Folks, apologies, we're just having a few main issues with our iPad, but we'll try and bring as many as we can. Aaron Robertson, the super coach in the orange glasses, visiting the screen today. And this is Mitch. Well done, Mitch.
So Robbo, the category of the day, without doubt, even better than the Open, is this 45 to 49, because Robbo is being chased by Alan Holmes, the local star. Let's give Holmesy a round of applause. Alan Holmes will be next. He's cut through the field.
Brilliant, hey. First race of the season. Love watching this guy run. He's been around forever. And he's got both feet off the ground, mate, as he comes in. Good feet, Raph.
Yeah. Good feet, great bloke. Alan Holmes comes through now. Well done, Holmesy. He's been as high as second overall in the State Long Course Championships at his best when they were last held at Rottnest Island in 1999. And he's kept charging on for another 20 years, now racing in the 45 to 49 age category. Kath Ryan's finished third in the 45-49s today. She's had a really tough run. You don't see that very often. And she is shattered. She finished, and we're proud of you, Kath. Well done. Jodie Brownlee was the in the 40-44s in the third. She was flying in the run today. Christina Ladyman hammers home. Caroline Ashby is home as well. Well done, Kaz. Christina Ladyman, Southwest athlete, tennis coach, tennis star. Well done, you two blokes. Gracie Dodds is home as well. Christina Ladyman, well known here, mate, as a tennis coach and tennis athlete. Liam Randell home. Tim Facey. Tim Facey gets a fast run from Tim Facey. Barry Silverlock in the finish line now as well. So these guys have a nice course today. Women's 50-54. Here's your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Carrie Anderson from the Pursuit Squad, coached by Mikey G. Well, that's a Carrie.
She's a gun, Carrie. She's a gun, isn't she?
Look at this for a finish, Simon Blumar. Look at these two striving for the line. Cliff from the Mandurah Tri Club shows everybody a clean pair of heels in the finishing straight. Alan Hartley will be next. Well done, Al. Another one of the Pursuit athletes.
Going to Kona. Al's going to Kona. Good luck working that out. Well up to Al. What's it? Clicky Kearns, he's home. Hartley said that Beck Lewis and Kate Adams for that sprint there. A little bit of lag on their names here. Buck Cockman is home. Well done, Buck. Best name in triathlon, Buck Cockman. Lucky Phil.
And just behind Phil, we can see coming up next, Loretta Wesley. Great race from Loretta today.
Yeah, she is participating today. She reckons looks like she's going pretty well to lead. Lucky Phil Monks picks up 9 for 50-54s. Tough category of 50-54s, mate. Robert Wilson home. Loretta Wesley finishes third in the 50-54 females today. So shows the calibre of that category today. Folks, give a cheer as they come through. It's been a long day for you guys, the spectators and Chrysler athletes. Give them a cheer. This has been a big day for everyone today without the field leg. Cam Sabesco is home, Anthony Rowe is home. Finish with the bit of sprinting going on, mate, on the asphalt, on the hot mix.
Here's Joshy Adams. Well done, Josh. Series leader coming into today, number 286.
Yeah, well done, Josh. Motocross superstar. 6th today. And Judy Ward makes her way onto the blue carpet. Well done, Judy. One of the stars, isn't she, mate? Michael Rowley's home. Scott Bedford is home. Josh Adams picks up a 6th today. Doing a fair bit of motocross training. Judy Ward wins the 55 and 59. So no surprises there, but still have to do the change format today. Well done, Judy. It's It's bringing in hate. These are the top end of their age group fields. There's still plenty of podium spots up for grabs. Here the ocean, mate. It looks bloody beautiful.
Yeah, Catherine Wally coming through now as well. Great racing. Some of these age group athletes, as we mentioned, chasing qualifying spots for the 2018 World Triathlon Championships on the Gold Coast. As Catherine comes into the finishing straight now. You can also see Lightning Louis Bray making his way up the finishing straight now as well, the boy from Busselton.
Those while Charlene Leeson's finished. Yeah, Louis Bray, Sonia Louis, see you bud. Sam Dwyer has finished, well done Sam. Louis wins the 2024s. Louis Bray wins the 2024s, well done mate.
It's a great turnaround for him. He would have won it by a bigger margin if the swim had been there. He was looking forward to the swim today. Last now, off the shore. Richard DeParney from the Toughen Up squad, well done Rich. The school teacher from Busso. Awesome job, Sue Beattie. From the Stadium Tri Club, her hamstrings held up. She had some concerns about the hamstring at the start today.
Yeah, into the academy, mate. Susie Beattie, well done Sue. Into the Parley's home, Jeremy Rigo's home. Bit of a runner's day, so mate, hey? Strong runners, strong crew today.
Yeah, the depth of competition here is a real obvious one. There's some great calibre here throughout the age group ranks, and the standard extremely high, and everyone finishing very strongly.
Oh, no doubt. Emma Moon picks up 30, 34th on officially. Well done, Emma. Tom Giles. Doug Robertson finishing now. Well done, Doug. 300 in the Olympic distance today. First time Olympic finisher for this young filly. He's only 15 kilo. And he makes his way off the blue carpet now. Reese Harris has made. Well done, buddy. And just you got so. One of the young guys, Joel Keeble, wins the 14 to 15 today. Well done, Joel. First Olympic distance, I think, for the young guys.
Wimbledon next.
Peter Vosasevich, for over Tom Lindline, running the 55-59, so well done, Tom. Brody Hunter finishes second in the 2024s. Well done, Bruce. Brucey, best on ground at the Good Things Band last week, best on ground by a mile. Brucey Barrington from Amanda.
Taylor from New South Wales joining us. Welcome to Perth. JT Jared Turner, the doctor to the stars. He's down here on his internship for 12 months. He's in Bunbury, training with the local tri club, and Jared doing beautifully there. He's fit as a fiddle. Robbo, star attraction. Where did Robbo come in his category today? It was a very deep 45 to 49 category.
Shirt off, he wants to do the swim now.
It was an incredible depth in the 45 to 49 category today. I think Brad Kay won from Far Highlands, but it would have been less than 90 seconds back to 6th place.
Amazing, wasn't it? And a lot of looks over the shoulder as the boys came home. As you say, JT Jared Turner in the 25-29, so finishing 8th. Louise Molan in the 35-39, well done Louise. Shane Matthews is finished in the 30-34s. The quarter past 10, 40 up, finishing at 55-59, well done mate. So yeah, just on quarter past 10 here at Bunbury. Massive lead change, massive change in the whole thing today. Chris Gibbons is finishing. Steve Williams finishing now on number 263, well done mate.
And the Greasy boys charge to the finish line from the Exceed Tri Club. Good job boys, Zach.
Yeah, well done Rob.
He was in the tadpoles earlier today, Rob. Joined by Zach in the finishing straight.
Saw the Creasy's at one of the service stations on the way down, and the Creasy's correctly picked how big the swell was going to be today. Tom Orchard has just finished, well done Tom. Slightly uphill to make his finish, mate, but doesn't seem to stop people charging home. Jason Howie has just finished, number 229. Well done, mate. On 76 is Julian Rifkin and Kirsten Leach, number 353, just finishing now as well. Alan Clark is finishing now. Well done, Al. That was around last week at the Valley as well. Stu King. Christina Richards finishing now as well, very strongly. Well done, Christina. So, a couple of big hitters ahead. Gary Hartman has got himself to the finish line today. Well done, Gary. He was leading for a while there. I like it when the Cat Rides, the Gary Hardmans, the Guns, they have tough days and they still finish. It's what we want to see. Ben Capehorn, David Cook is finished now as well. Well done, you guys. Tom Eaves has won the second in the 14 to 15. Well done, Tice. Megan Shine, second in the 2024s. Mike Ollerenshaw in the 55-59 as well. Ian Noakes has finished in the 50 to 54. Diana Katoe from Kalgoorlie from the Goldfields in the 40-44s. Well done, Diana. Andrew Philp and Chris Zullivan have finished as well. Thanks to the City of Bunbury for having us, the Bunbury Surf Club, of course, for helping us out today. Massive day today out in the water. And a good job. This has been a big day today. Thanks to the Light Advice Cycle, the specialised guys. Our friends also from Shots who are here today. Nigel Travers has finished. James Maycock finishing now as well. Big finish from these two boys, challenging to the line now to get himself onto the blue carpet. That's not over to the Grover. Well done, boys, very gently. There's Troy Shortland. Brent Q with a very fast finish. Well done, Brent, nice work. Michael Pocock finishing now as well. And the big set comes through just to remind us. Richie Burnell finishes now too. Well done, Richie. On the guys from the Espence Triathlon. Dean Spinks finishing now. Well done, Dean. Espence Triathlon's been running since 1985. Dean Spinks is home in 40-44s. There's going to be cheers that come through. Support them as they come through. Put your hands together. James O'Neill has just finished 292. Well done, James. Dan Hall is finishing now. Well done, Dan. Jack Thompson's finished third in the 2024s. Well done, Tomo. Aidan Clark has finished Danielle Nordeck with the Davis. Pete Redwoods has finished in now as well. David Offer, number 242. 331 is Ray Harper. Well done, Ray. Pete Laufman finishing now. Well done, Pete. Good job, mate. Laufman fourth in her category today. David Smythe has finished, or Smith. Well done, Dave. Kate Collins Smith, number 360 is home. Simone Allen. Well done, Silly. Mate, Alan gets home the gun nutrition dietitian. Good on you, Simone. 35-39 category. Graham Crocker gets in the finish line now. We're in number 180. There's a good Neil Black, mate, like it. Emma Lindley has just finished, number 105. Graham Crocker finishes second in the 65 and 69s today. No swim for Crocs. Peter Escott finishes in the 60-64s. Well done, Pete. Sandy Rickson finishing. Good on you, Sandy. Third in her category. Aldo Scacera in the 35 to 39s. Tyrone Kent in the 25-29. Tony Criney in the 60-64s. Well done, Tony. Megan Clay finishes now. Well done, Megan. 300 people in the Olympic distance today, so starting to spread out ever so slightly. And it's been a big day with the various goings on.
Well done, Jane Davis and Trish Vickery, these two stars of women's triathlon in the straight at once. Well done to those two fantastic female triathletes in the 55 to 59 category.
Yeah, Ben Tools on Jenny Barwick, well done Jenny, Peter Clark, Nick Brown, Dave Baker, Candace Freeman, Sarah Fitzgerald in the 30-34, well done Sarah. And Yorani Hitcher, Ben Kurt, number 207, well done Ben.
Well mate, the beast, Bar Hollemans has told me he won his category. Brad Kay's a bit younger.
Yeah, he'd know too, wouldn't he, I reckon? He would know.
Being a Dutch engineer, he doesn't miss much when it comes to the process of assessing position and safety.
Things like numbers. Kevin Duffy's finished in 60-64. Grace Stevens is over, well done Grace, and Ben Kurt home as well. They made 209 finishes, so we've got about 140 left to go. Paul McAleer, Fran Flockman finishing now. Well done Fran, number 133. Fran,
Francis Curo coming through, the Frio Tri-Club stalwart. Sorry to interrupt, mate. Francis loves a grand entrance. What do you want to do? From the Frio Tri-Club, well done Francis. So Jane Davis in second and Trish Vickery in third, separated by 5 seconds. As we see Andrea Simmons, the star from the Exceed Tri-Club, a real star, and she's just getting back. Unfortunately, her father recently passed, so a bit of time out with the family. Her brother Cale, a great triathlete as well, just getting back into things now, and we'll send our thoughts to the family. As we see Barry Lipp just behind Andrea, and then one of the stars of Bunbury Triathlon for many years, number 254, Graham Atwell.
he's a tough old fella, mate. He'll be right up there at Busso 70.3. He's sitting on the 7th tier behind Gary Eckstein. And he's a good bloke, Graham. Our daughters play netball together, so you know it's like to go to Matthew's Netball Centre. Time stands still, Raph. It's got a lot of time on hands to watch the girls play netball when they're 11. Takes forever, mate. A couple of lifetimes to go to netball. So Graham and I have a good old chat. So a couple of coffees.
500 courts there at Matthew's Netball Centre.
Yeah, 500 courts. 500 courts. Get the ball, turn it over, throw it straight to the opposition. Graham and I watch a lot of netball, mate.
Brigitte Borelli from the Busso Tri-Club. As we see, number 266 across the line next to the lag there on our results. So just to recap some of our leaders today. So overall, our two winners, Mike Laurie in the men's, and we see Hamish McTavish here from the Mandurah Tri-Club. Well done, Hamish.
Kevin Honker's home there, 266. That man was back. Victor Popeshko, your man Hamish McTavish in the 45-49s. Well done, Hamish. Like a made-up name, Hamish McTavish. Let's bring these guys in, folks. They're going to the finish line. Give a big cheer. Dave Whiteley comes third in his category today. Good man to bloke. Well done to you, David. David Whiteley, sorry, in second in 65-61. Smart Colony's Dave. Mate Klein's home, Tamika Pierce, as you said. Gary Cox is home, Daniel Davey is home as well. Rob Hall is home, good on your Rob. Caitlin Richards, the famous Richards family, famous Richards name here in triathlon. Good on you, Caitlin. Picks up third in the 2024s. So you can see shirts out there, mate. 229 finishes home. So 120 to go. Terry Richards home as well. Well done, mate. Terry Richards 55-59. Belinda Skyring. A fantastic name that is. Belinda Skyring. 45-49, Belinda. Finishes 10th overall in her category.
Sue Scott coming, yep. Good call. Well done, Sue.
Well done, Sue. Sue Scott finishing now. So, 231 high, 120 still out there. Goes Addy. What's that name there? Marcus Rooney. Alex Blomfield is home. Richard Malloy is home as well. Sue Weather from Kalgoorlie. Well done, Sue. Or certainly in Kalgoorlie, Goldfields. Sarah Grove, 188 is home as well.
So first age group overall, Luke Cameron today, 138.23. We saw Luke just in there. We didn't get a chance to really shout him out. He was right there with Rosie Farrell, but 138.23. That would have been good enough for 8th overall. So great result from Luke Cameron in the age categories today. He was second behind him was Brad Kay from the Frio Tri Club, taking out the 40-44. In our age group ranks, in third place, Bart the Beast Holloman, an Australian Tri Club and winner of the 45-49 category.
Dylan Brown's home, Graf, and Stu Campbell is home as well in 60-64. Tri Club, one on Stu. Thanks for coming over. Sorry about the waves, mate.
Now, mate, an interesting statistic. You called her as one to watch. The fastest overall on the course today for women, Helen Morgan.
Wow, yeah, she blitzed Carrie Valley last week, so fastest overall, right? She won to watch, isn't she? Probably, I don't know much about her. I had a brief chat to her last week. I love watching her race. She's lean. She's a super athletic unit to watch. So I know you've got a good eye for these sort of things. So yeah, Helen Morgan with a big day today again.
Yeah, there's very few people you see whose body seems to get the chemicals that are released during exercise make them feel happier the longer something goes. And Helen Morgan looks like she's got that little bit of a tap type energy where she taps into that extra energy or that stress hormones that slow a lot of people down and actually get to be excited by the fatigue. She was fantastic. She was fastest overall by 20 seconds and her run time quite incredible, 39.38.
So faster than Kirby Diaz, so that's amazing. Just age group or fastest overall? Wow.
Fastest time overall, yeah. So
yeah, well,
faster time than Kirby overall at 1:47.41.
Amazing. Matthew Fulgrove is home, so 3:57 starters, 270 home, about 84 still to bring in. Sue McMahon, well done, Suzanne. Suzanne is associated with the Park Running Plays book. Very good citizen, Suzanne, and she managed to keep the park run running in place this year with a little bit of help from 6PR, and she is a ripper, Suzanne, so well done. She would like today, I reckon.
Well done, Nicole Foxcroft there. Look at it now, what a beautiful location for triathlon.
Yeah, it has been noticed, hasn't it? So, it's one of those things that swell came through. I mean, the biggest set of the day came to the Tyson, the first Tyson one. Like a 6 foot, 7 foot swell came through the start of the Tyson way. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Riley Giles finishing now. Well done, Riley. Riley wins the 16 to 19.
It wasn't a bad event, though.
Well done, Riley.
Yeah, true. Let him
Right, Heisey, Glenn Parham, finishing together there. Nice sprint finish, boys. So, Mike Laurie wins the state title, Kevin Diaz wins the state title. As you just heard from a rap ball, the bombshell, Helen Wall the fastest time overall today. Well done, fellas. Nice work, good finish. We've got 70 athletes still to bring in, folks, so make some noise and bring them to the finish line. Well done. So just a little lag in our iPads here, but we'll bring as many as we can. About 70 athletes still on the course. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks to the spectators, the Enticer guys today. You've been really good. Hope you enjoyed Brett and I bringing a few people home today.
Simon, interesting stat. Liam coached 30 minutes and 42 seconds for the 10K today. Mike Laurie, 32:30.
Cool. So, Liam.
40:42.
Get some aero bars, mate. Get some aero bars, my coach. We love you.
The boys got some wheels, and they were spinning out there today like he stole something.
You know, when he ran past us, I made a sort of the comment that he had just went past using the kilowatts. You know, the surge, he surged the whole way. Yeah, he was on fire today. Yeah, Mark Blake's home, Jenny Jones is home, Brett Tucker, Adam Brown.
Cat Rafferty, well done, Catty. The star, the Busselton Tri Club, still the best looking tri-suit in Western Australia for mine. 30:42.
Yeah, there you go. Now, we didn't pick that, did we? So maybe if you have a slow bike and a fast run, maybe that's the trick.
Well, the geometry of those road bikes are a lot more conducive to fast running than the time trial bikes. We're really jacked up and over the aero position. So in fairness to Mike Laurie, probably not quite the same position as what Liam had, but still, just to turn the legs over that fast on a after you fatigue yourself is very, very impressive. I mean, good signs for the future.
Michelle Becker looked fantastic in a 25-29 as she springs across the finish line there. 69 people still on course. Now, Ronnie Richards has got over the top of Robert Scott today, so the rat 70 to 74 is right here, Rap. So 70 years of age, Ronnie Richards. Here we go. Give Ronnie a big cheer, everyone, in the 70-74s today. One of our most senior athletes going around. Good work, bud. Good, strong too. Sure is. Right on, Ronnie. Thanks, Mark. Mark Batten keeping an eye on things there. Life member Triathlon WA. Most annoying person in the southern hemisphere.
Helen Leon. Well done, Helen. 2:20:33. Greatest compliment Simon Beaumont can give you is a sledge. And Mark Batten popping them left, right and centre here today.
Yeah, Mark's brought the photo album down, folks. Quite a bit of it on Facebook. If you want to see pictures, picture of me when I was a little bit lighter and had a bit more hair. And, you know, some of us are thin and some of us are funny. But you're not funny. And I've got the microphone. Michelle Smith's finished. Sunny Mizuno has finished. There's some good pictures around the place of some very good pictures of David Budge, a young David Budge, probably in his 20s, with the pet shop boy's glasses and the funny hairdo, and both his knees working properly. And Muchi Cartagena finishing there, well done. Matt Benson finishing, good on you, Matty. And Yuka Kato finishing as well, well done, mate. Yes, a great photo. You probably see how to see on Facebook if you follow Tri events today. Get on board and have a look at those. There's some ripper pictures from Bunbury and from around the place. Batten keeps all these sorts of things. Yeah, counted 337 triathlons. Is that counts? The triathlons you do, right?
I can't remember exactly.
for a 37 bat, and that'd be right up there, I reckon. I reckon the only person I know who's close to that is the Red Wesley. The only person, I reckon.
Another one of the Foxcroft clan. They're out in courts today. Well done.
Yeah, well on to Gilbert Carter, who has the Carter, who's just finished. Yeah, Sophie Foxcroft. Sophie picked up second today, matey. Well done, Sophie. Good smile on the finish line there. Sarah McLeod, Ingrid Altina finishing. Bob Scott is on the hot mix. So making his way to the line now. Good on you, Scotty. So that'll be second in the 70-74s. There's no one in the field who's drinking more red wine in this bloke. Bobby Scott finishes now. Well done, Scotty. And Scotty's pleased to finish. Well done, mate. Kate Zabila finishes now. Well done for the famous Zabila family from Quinama. Jason Godfrey Porter. Bobby Scott second in 70-74. So I remember when he finished the race in the 45 to 49. So been around a while, Scotty. Nancy Warnock was finished. Martin Quill was finished.
And here's the star, Helen Morgan. We might get the local girl to have a chat with you, Simon Beaumont. You picked up her from last week. No, leave them off. Come over. Come on, Simon. She was helping the registration process today. And we've just got through that she was the fastest finisher on the course today overall.
Yeah, amazing. Hello, Helen. Now, come talk to me. Hey, good racing Carrie Valley last week. That's when I noticed you with the fastest bike and run. Nice sprint today, but maybe fastest overall. How are you feeling? Were you expecting that? I mean, did the format help you or hinder you today?
The format certainly helped me today. That was my secret.
Now, tell us about the training. I mean, how long have we been doing this for, and what have you done in the past, and why don't we know much about you?
So I'm a Bunbury girl. My mum was a runner, so I've always been part of the race club down here. This is my third season of triathlon for the Spine Club, and just starting in coaching this year.
So who coaches you? Who do you train with down here?
GK coaching me and just training down here with my cycling and the local cycle groups and the swimming at the surf club.
So we know you're a bit of a weapon on the bike and the run. Are we going to get better in the water with King Helen?
That's the plan. Working on it.
What I'd say, seriously awesome. I thought you might put a good age group time together, but fastest overall, that's a really good day. Well done.
It's unbelievable. Thank you. It's a fantastic event, and we hope to see you back here next year.
Thanks, Helen. Well done, Helen. Helen Morgan, folks. Fantastic. She's going to get the plan is to get better in the water, and yeah, big race last week in Carrie Valley, and even bigger one today, where she knocks a couple of the big guns off, like Kirby Diaz and Anthony Stacey and the like. Aaron Mead, so local girl, Helen Morgan, local the Bunbury Running Club, very strong Bunbury Running Club through the 1980s, the 90s. There was a marathon and a half marathon down here, mate, and it was on this course as well. So this is I've only ever run the half here. My old man did the marathon a few times down here. My dad did. Very big event. Bunbury Runners Club put on a good show. Based here at just up the road here near the cricket club. Surf wicket out there as well. Eva Hawkins finished now. Well done, Eva. Cara Williams has finished. David Watson's finished. And Morgan, one of those emerging stars, eh, mate?
Yeah, most certainly one to watch. Getting some good advice now, and looking like she's got a bright future ahead of her. After such a strong performance in recent weeks, a real name to watch.
Yeah, Meredith has finished. Well done, Meredith. Sandy Tyndale finishing. Well done, Sandy. And Jackie Smythe from Bunbury has finished as well.
A big well done to all those Eastern Staters too, Simon. We see a couple of the Eastern States uniforms coming through, about 40 of them with us here today. We welcome them to Western Australia and thank them for making the journey, chasing points for that World Championship qualifier.
Sandy Tyndale has unofficially won the 60-64s. Joanne Cook, Peter Nell, it's been a bit of a curse. I've got to say, we're all thinking it. The WA Triathlon swim league's a curse this year, but it's not a shaft, it's a 6-foot wave. None of us want it. Michael Hoover's finishing now in the 2024s. Well done, Michael. Not happy about it. And I guess the protocols are adhered to by the race officials, water safety and race directors. Patrick Boyne is just finishing now. Well done, Patrick.
Good job.
Brian Stearns finished now. Well done, Brian. Brian was a very popular finisher down here. Brian got his span club down here today. Brian, you both. It's only a 4 foot wave, that one. Rebecca Kieran finishing. Well done, Rebecca. And Greg Wren finishing now. Well done, Greg. The Ironman top. Yes.
Georgie Walpole, happy that swim got cancelled, wasn't she? The hubby still a smile, all's well that ends well.
Georgie got finishing, and hubby's got a $9,000 jogging tram there with all the gear, the fruit, all containers, little compartments. Probably sell those at the running centre, do they, those trams?
If there's that much margin, you probably should have been out in the pot. So about 40 finishes still to come through, folks. Big day here, the SunSmart Triathlon Series. We must thank all of our sponsors.
Well done, mate.
Lexus of Perth, Shot Sports Nutrition, Ride Advice, Specialised, Perth Integrated Health, Tonelli, Bike Shore, of course, SunSmart, Slip Slop Slap, Slide and Seat, Shade, and a little bit less of a message today with these overcast conditions, but it's still important to make sure we keep the message. And what do you make of it, Simon? First race back-to-back beach, what do you think of it all?
Oh, well, I'm like you, mate. I'm devastated about the swim. I mean, I can't believe it. So we're all pretty devastated about that. But you know, I guess love the vibe, right? Love being down here. I'm like you. This part of Bunbury down here at Clifton, all the old houses and the non-development along the foreshore makes it a great venue. But we got the biggest surf day at this beach all year, all summer. You know, and there's not much you can do. There's like a bigger surf out there than Easter's run, right? So not much you can do about it. But I guess you and I love calling these things. You always see that some surprises turn up today. Mike Laurie, no surprise there, but the way the race unfolded with a couple of blokes going the wrong way. The boys are good about it. Mike Laurie, as ever, the diplomat, he previewed the course. He knew. Neil Crowley finishing now. Sepai Machina finishing now. The sea curve he has run away with production here. I would have really liked to see Olivia Smith do a 1.5 40-10. The proper format to go and swim. She was pretty disappointed too. So that's the story of the day, isn't it? And then, as you spot with your eye for these things, Helen Morgan is close to the fastest time of the day. So great racing in the age groups, wasn't it? As always, Matty McKay's the big improver of the summer. You always know that Bart Hollemans and these guys are going to be in the front, but Matty McKay's having a standout summer in the 54s. And the two guys who I really like today, Catherine Ryan's had a rubbish day by her elite standards, still gets across the line. So you do see that. Gary Hardman is leading his category. Boys have got a crap day too. Well done to those two on finishing. David Delkin's finished. Well done. Big group of finishers coming through now, mate. Emma Kirk. Come back to you two and your thoughts, mate, because you know a lot of these guys and they talk to you. Philip O'Neill, Sally Swindler has finished now. And 185 is Chloe Escott. Well done, Chloe.
Yeah, well, I think, you look at Bart Hollemans I drove down with the Beast and he was like frustrated, he hasn't had a great year, when are the stars going to line up? I said, mate, you're not forsaken, you're not the only man in history who has to suck it up and just persevere, and then all of a sudden the change in format gave him an opportunity today, and he's a state champion, and you saw the excitement when he came across the line. You saw it with Helen Morgan. You never quite, nothing he goes, it just works out the same way every time. I catch them on the bike, they go back past me on the run. You just talk through all the facts that things don't always happen in a linear fashion, they always change. And today, the format favoured some, it challenged others. A classic one for me today, character one, was Louis Bray. I mean, you would have thought that the surf swim he would have got through any break. In fact, if you had to swim like today, he probably would have been first overall out the water in this sort of condition. And he turned it around and still won his age group without the swim. And he took it in his stride. And I never forget chatting with Lorenzo Bizzoni before the Busselton Ironman earlier this year when they had to cancel the swim, how composed he was and how quickly he redirected his thoughts and just dealt with the matter at hand. And I think some athletes get more affected by changes than others, and the ones that are able to recalibrate their thoughts or have a natural aptitude for the change format tend to obviously be the beneficiaries on a day like today.
Georgie Dobbs the same, Chris Miller is home. You're quite right, no doubt. And I guess the other part of it too is, now you think, I mean, even you go out and you train for 30, 40 minutes, you feel good. You're still going to feel good if you've been out there smashing for an hour and a half, 2 hours, you have the heart rate up to intensity. It's still a race, still competition, it's still risk taking, it's still putting yourself on the line. That's what's great about our sport. You forget that sometimes, right? Especially if it's sort of been just crapping on the microphone for a few hours. Trent Walker finishes out. This is still a race and still a competition today. And people came out and had a good go.
Yep, and how good's it going to be in a few weeks when we go down to Hillary's for that 1:30 and 8? Some 1:30s and 8s in years gone by, but it's been a fair few years since we've seen one. We saw the Waikiki Enduro, which was 2 sprint distances condensed together. I think that was maybe it did condense to the 1:30 and 8 distance when they put it all together. We used to see, like we mentioned, Mila, Fremantle in the old days, but the 1:30 and of course the short course at Rottnest used to be the 1:30 and the Rottnest Luxury Triathlon. What do you make of that?
Well, and this originally, in 1988, this is a 1:30 and 8. It went to the longer distance the following year. So, yeah, well, I mean, it's a weird distance. It's sort of a WA invention, the 1:30 and 8. Cottesloe had one, Geraldton had one. They're all around the place, but we kind of invented them. You know, they're a bit of a funny one that we did here in Western Australia for whatever reason. Kevin Wills has just finished third in the 65 to 69. Well done, buddy. So I mean, Michael, I love him endurance racing. He brings a different athlete to the fore, different personality to the fore. You see all the flamboyant guys and girls win the sprints, but I like these as you know. Paul Hansen finished, Louise Crawley has finished. 21 athletes still out on the course wrap, so we're just about there. And we're not far away. Sarah Gurin finished. Now, I want to ask about Bunbury and Busselton. You coach guys down here, you train people. We know Pete Andrews is a gun. We know Matt Duncan's a gun. We know Reese Harris is an emerging gun. Helen Morgan's obviously a gun. And Ryan Baby's an Olympian. So still this part of the world pumps out Olympians left, right and centre. There's a bit of a theory, mate. We did this on the radio the other day. If you live in a country town, you play a lot of sports growing up. That helps you when you get to about 25, 30, makes you a gun. But in America and Australia, most of our Olympians come from regional areas, right? They're overrepresented. You see that down here, right?
Yeah, well you do. I think what happens is the kids get exposed to such a broad range of skills, and all the research now that we see says that early specialisation causes an early ceiling, and anyone who specialises in just one thing too young tends to be very much limited in the long term by their over-focus. And I think one of the things for a lot of parents that they don't understand when they've got a young child with some capabilities, they don't understand the mental pressure of standing on the start line that their kid feels, and the kids develop a fear of failure if they're exposed to too much competition too young. Whereas in the country areas, the kids play team sports, footy, cricket, basketball. They're skillful, but they're not stressed. They learn resilience in a team, they learn social confidence in a group, and they are able to adapt well when they choose by their own intent as an adult to choose to pursue something properly. But I'm here to this competitor all the way from the Osaka University in Japan. Shui.
Yeah, Shui. Awa, I think that's right. You're right, mate. Ryan Bailey, Olympian, was a footballer growing up, wasn't he?
Well, I've got a bit of a theory that if someone hasn't learned to win and lose in a team, they're not equipped to win and lose as an individual. And if you see kids that develop a fear of failure when they do individual sports, they have an aversion to competition, whereas someone who's playing a lot of team sports or grown up in the country, they actually enjoy competing. And once someone develops a fear of failure, it's the worst curse a child can have, because they start trying to move away from competitive environments, and their parents who have pushed them into those environments start thinking their child's disengaging. Well, I say the parent should cause the disengagement by trying to push your child into the individual competitive environment when it's not natural for a child to want to compete objectively from a young age. I don't think it's good for a child to do individual competition too much. Not good for their character, not good for their personality. creates too much self-focus and it takes away the enjoyment. All these country kids still love doing it, and that's because they enjoy team sports before they do individual sports.
Yeah, well said, mate. Our forward Simon Bowen just talking about country triathlon. Greg Nicholas, Dylan Young's just finished. Greg Nicholas is home. Well done, Dylan. So, mate, we've got 15 athletes still out on our course. They'll be home in the abridged format today. Well done, mate. Good job.
We're talking about the Norwegian Winter Olympics team, which had the most Olympic medalists this year at the Winter Olympics. None of them. And what they said, in the old days in Norway, they used to try to select athletes based on talent when they were young. And so what they were doing is they were telling 90% of kids to go away, you're not good enough. And what they realised is that when they just went to including all the kids in the pool of talent, getting all of them measured, getting all of them tracked, encouraging all of them to compete, but half the kids that they were kicking out were just late developers, and they never saw them develop into athletes. Once they took the guys that actually made it, when they started having a more population approach, including all the kids in the talent pool, they started to see that the ones that developed latest were the best because they had more growth mindset, more determination, more character, and the kids that were early developers struggled to deal with getting beaten once the other kids caught up in size and weight. So it's just a case of the more kids you can have competing, enjoying, having fun, and not necessarily being identified as talented or otherwise, but just being allowed to develop, the more success we'll have.
So of all these guys down here, we know Ruthie Harris loves to chat. Helen Morgan's a little more shy than that, I would suspect. Who are the characters down here? Who are the extroverts? Who are the late developers? Pete Andrews, those sorts of guys. Who are the ones to look for?
Yeah, well, I must admit, I think Johnny Samet his dad was smart. He went away from the sport, played football at Aquinas College and did the team sports for a while. I think his dad was very aware that there was a bit of a talent identification structure in place that maybe wasn't encouraging his kids just to have fun and enjoy the sport. Now you see him come back very strong, very resilient, very well set for the future. And then also, like Mike Laurie's a very casual young guy. He doesn't seem to me to be overly stressed by the sport. I think he seems to enjoy being part of the lifestyle, and I think his race results reflect that enjoyment. And he looks like he's in it for the long haul. I like Liam, my coach. I don't quite know what his mum's saying. Go on, handsome, or
not sure.
Not sure. Come on, handsome, or whatever she says.
It's so loud you couldn't hear it.
But he
seems a Metallica concert.
Yeah, but he loves it, and I think the kids that enjoy the sport, enjoy competing, I think are well positioned because if they've started getting some exposure young, they've already got the skill base. They just need to get enough training volume in to reach that potential that we know they've got. So I think we've got a really good base of talent here in Western Australia. I think there's a bit of a shame today in New Plymouth that the kids, a bit of booty poisoning went through the West Australian team. Luke Bate, who'd been on fire, Taylor Coyer, who'd been on fire. Both those athletes, both missing out on selection for the Youth Olympics, unfortunately. But the West Australian Junior Parkway working well, and I think that connection in community events like this one serves that purpose really well.
Angela T. just finished. Well done, Ange. Got about 12 athletes still out on course, so we'll bring these guys in. Well done. So, concluding stages of the City of Bunbury race today, the fourth in the SunSmart Triathlon series. Our final race is back up at Bunbury. We had a really flat spell, but we had to see just another couple of monster waves coming through a monster set. So, biggest surf day of the year here at the Bunbury Back Beach. Katie Brooks has just finished. Well done, Katie. 12 guys that stood out there.
Well, we'll grab one of our age group stars of today, the Beast, Bart Hollemans. And Bart, your first state title there today in the classic distance.
Totally unexpected, that one. So many good runners that are going to get to them.
Well, today, hey, so what was the bike speed like out there? I think about a 56-minute 40k?
Yeah, I don't think it was quite 40k, it was 56 minutes. Yeah, trying to push to the high wattage and keep it speed.
And you're about 42 minutes, I think, for the 10k, held off all the competitors, and must be pretty happy with that result.
Yeah, just pushing hard, and luckily Brad Kay came past me just a kilometre to go, and the stream that helped really well. I had 15 metres left, I think, on Matty McKay coming second.
Yeah. Tight finish, you've been a star of the season, Matty McKay. Is the first time you've had him this season?
Definitely. So I'm pretty happy with that. Looking forward to the next adventure coming up in a few weeks' time. So, no, great day out here. No spitting. Suits some.
Well, mate, well done today. I know how hard you work for all these series races, so well done to you. Bart Hollemans, our age group winner of the 45 to 49. And we've got Alan Holmes. We'll have a chat with him as well. Holmesy, the man with the zip, the local boy. Good to see triathlon back here at the back beach, even though a bit of a change in format with the wind conditions today. A once in a year as well.
Yeah, it's very unusual for Bunbury. Scholars to never have to run things in Bunbury for years, so I do a lot of searching as well, but I say nothing like this very often. Yeah, great course, beautiful white course, nice and undulating. Not too technical really, but just a few little undulations in it. It's just couldn't get the swim, but these things happen.
So mate, great though, long term to see triathlon back here at the back beach. It is a perfect venue for triathlon, really well positioned. Hopefully next year the weather gods smile on us and we get a perfect set of conditions. But it is a great location for triathlon, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely is. It'd be good to see him come back again next year, and it's good to have him down here for another year.
Brilliant, and just thinking back, some big history, triathlon in Bunbury, some great numbers from local competitors here today. Big thanks to the Bunbury Tri Club.
Yeah, the Bunbury Tri Club, I mean, I think they helped out the markets and stuff today, so thanks a lot for that. And, yeah, the Bunbury Tri Club are always putting in a lot of effort, a lot of volunteers there, so they do a good job. And then making, of course, tri events, so they do a fantastic job wherever they put on the race, so it's always good to have them down there.
Fantastic. Alan Holmes, the local stalwart. Well done, Holmesy. Great job to all our competitors.
He's good. He's good, Holmesy. Butcher, the Bunbury Butcher. Holmesy. But it's not far away, so completing stages. 11 still out there, or 10 people still out there, thanks to our volunteers today and our Tri-Events staff. All the Tri-Events guys went out to dinner last night, cost budget about $9,000. Beat them all last night. Not far away, folks. Presentations up next. We've got some spot prizes from our sponsors. Not far away from presentations. Then we all go off to watch West Coast beat Sydney by 14 goals this afternoon. It's a good day.
I love it.
recorded down those people.
Another competitor coming through in the Olympic distance today, so we not far away from presentations today, folks. Everything's run a little bit late today with different things happening. Surf and the Enticer series being put back. Hayley Smith has just finished. Well done, Hayley. So gather round, folks. Head over to the stage area. The stage is in the SunSmart tent to the finish line. Presentation's about to get underway. Head over to the stage today, and we'll get presentation underway. You need to be around about the place for put your little ticket in the spot. Got some spot prizes for you as well. Folks, head over to the grass if you will. We are about to get the presentations underway. Grab for and Simon Bowman, the commentators today, and come over. We'll have a bit of chat, have a bit of fun, recognise our winners today in our modified format here at the classic distance here in Bunbury. Another competitor coming through now. 114, that's Megan Cherry. Well done, Megan. And a big 3 metre weight. A few people still out course, please. We'll get our presentations underway in about 2 minutes' time. See you at the stage.
Jump up, folks, grab a seat. We'll have our presentations very shortly. Big thanks to all our sponsors, of course, SunSmart, Slip, Slop, Slap, Slide, Shade, and Seat Shade, I should say, Healthway, Government of Western Australia, City of Bunbury, huge supporters of a number of events in the coming months. Of course, the big $78,000 Bunbury Geograph gift next month. Australian BMX Championships today, the State Classic Triathlon as well. Bike Shore, Perth Integrated Health, Pinelli, Lexus of Perth, Ride Advice, Carbo Shots, Triathlon Australia, and of course, Tri Events, Sports Management, our event managers here today once again. So thank the City of Bunbury Surf Lifesaving Club for their support. Just last year celebrating their 100-year anniversary. Make sure you grab a sausage sizzle or some bacon and eggs to help get some money back into the club. Big supporters of the local community. The Nippers have just wrapped up for this season. Simon Beaumont down here at the City of Bunbury Surf Club. Big numbers as always of the local grommets getting their surf skills up. And we had the City of Bunbury Surf Lifesaving Club helping us all through this morning with water safety as well, and it was definitely needed today. I'm Ralph Boyer, here with Simon Beaumont. Grab a seat, folks. We're going to get underway with our presentations in just a few moments' time. If you've got your plastic, your number, and you want to go in the draw for some spot prizes, place it in the spot prize box here on the stage. We've got the spot prizes to give away from our series sponsors. Yes, Daryl Harris, jump in there, mate.
Folks, we just have a couple more results to bring in and then we'll be with you, so thanks for your patience. A couple more results to get in, a couple more medals. Thanks.
Folks, chuck your numbers in. There's some spot prizes, some great spot prizes to give away. Plastic box, front of the stage, our Eastern States visitors. Thank you once again, all 40 of you who've made your way here to Bunbury from across Australia. Of course, qualifying spots up for grabs. The 2018 ITV World Triathlon Championships on the Gold Coast. A few people hoping to stamp their tickets here today, as well as the state titles that were up for grabs. So bear with us, folks. We'll meet you very shortly. A final call for race numbers for the spot prize draw.
another finish at home here. Well done for the North Coast Tri Club. Jan Eccles is finishing. Well done, Jan. Well done, Jan. All right, folks, presentation's about to get underway. We had a big day, so head over to the grass area, the stage, and get cracking on this. The final competitor here at Bunbury, final two competitors making their way in. Thanks, Jim. Final two, you can see. Let's bring these guys in. Well done. Awesome. Give a big cheer, folks. The day is done. Well done to those two. Just getting their first time there. Final competitor here at Bunbury. Maybe cheers comes through. One of my just the high fives.